It's the Orioles on Maston and a very good Friday night from Target Field in Minneapolis as the Orioles and the Twins continue this 4-game set with the Twins coming away with a 5-2 win in the ball game last night. Hi everybody, I'm Gary Thorne. Great weather out here for baseball. Was last night, it's going to be true again tonight. We started 80 degrees last night, blue skies, maybe a little warmer, but boy, you couldn't ask for better weather. Good crowd on hand last night, looking for even more here in the ball game tonight. And for the Orioles, speaking of more, where the heck are the runs? They just cannot dig those up. Last night was a night of what was and what could have been. Let's start with what could have been in the ball game last night. It is the catch off Davis, 4th inning. It could have been a one-out double to start an inning. Jake Cave in center field, a magnificent catch. What was last night was Jonathan Schoop. Schoop would deliver in the 5th inning. This is home run number 9. He barreled up on that one, but he wasn't done. He came up in the 7th inning. He delivered another one. His 10th home run of the season. It kept the Orioles in the game. But what could have been was this. Before Schoop hit the home run, this was the play that was made on Danny Valencia as Dozier went out and robbed him of a base hit. What was and what might have been and what was is another ball game, Jim, with just 2 runs.
Yeah, you know, you thought you were going to get more opportunities. It turns out they only had 2 chances with runners in scoring position. You know, Trumbo hit a rocket in the 1st inning, but right at the center fielder. You know, Slager's his first major league win. Let's give him credit. 72 pitches. He got 6 innings, so that's 18 outs. Very efficiently mixed up his pitches, and then again, not a lot of opportunities, and we didn't even show you some of the Kepler plays. You know, you got Cave, the double, Kepler with a couple of great plays. So again, this Twin team last year, they haven't played that well this year defensively, kind of played as they did last year, the best defensive club in the American League.
Paul Molitor said tonight he thought that was the cleanest game all around that the Twins have played this year, coming away with a 5-2 win. Well, tonight, going out to try and be the stopper is Dylan Bundy.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a great combination. Early on, you know, he started out very poorly, Gary, so you look opening day, you know, he's going to pitch about as well as he can. You see the sliders, you can see the curveballs, you can see the fact that through 7 innings. And, you know, the Twins came into the season 4th best offensive team in the American League. They didn't have a chance. So he would lead with a 2-0 lead, and you'd get the blown save, walk-off home run by Adam Jones. But what I like about Dylan, in his first, 7 starts, he scored him like 12 runs. He had 3 bad starts when he had the groin issue, tried to pitch through it. I think he gave up 22 of his 46 runs in actually 3 ball games since then, mixed up his pitches. He pitches well. They score a lot of runs. And the good thing is, Gary, it is not a National League baseball. He's not going to get on the bases, not going to have to run the bases. Made a big mistake, came up with a sprained ankle, or maybe even you never know the truth, but might have maybe re-aggravated the groin. So tonight, the DH, just do your job, let him get you some runs, and that usually works pretty well for Dylan. All
right. We'll see what Dylan Bundy can do here tonight. When we come back, Jim talking about the bullpen decimated by injuries. That has afforded an opportunity for some younger pitchers. Paul Fry's one of those. We'll talk with him coming up. with nothing to hide, that's transparency. And by the University of Maryland Medical Center. Be a part of something. Here in Minnesota on the glorious summer day. And the Big Bats, we'll see if either team's got them. Paul Fry's in the bullpen, giving the Orioles some work from the left side. 17th round pick. He's made it out of St. Clair Community College, and it is a small school. 25 years old. You see the numbers in the minors in his career. And this season with the Orioles, a couple of ball games. For Fry, I asked him in his professional career, he's been out of the bullpen virtually every single place he's been. How come not a starter?
Coming out of college, I was just drafted, and right away they told me I was going to be a reliever. But yeah, I had a few spot starts here and there. And actually, when I was drafted with the Mariners, I became kind of a piggyback starter, so I would go 3 innings here and there to start the game. But yeah, just to lengthen me out a little bit.
So you were ahead of the crowd of Tampa Bay starting relievers in games?
Yeah, I guess so.
Did you like it? Do you want to start somewhere along the way?
I mean, I'd be open to it. I wouldn't say no, especially at this level.
What would have to happen for you to be able to do that? Besides somebody asking.
Right. I mean, just really control the strike zone, throw a lot of strikes, and maybe develop my changeup a little bit more.
What are you working on right now?
Just working on commanding the strike zone and getting guys out and keeping the ball down, and, you know.
What's the difference you see since you've been up here and take a look at these hitters compared to what you're facing in the minors?
These hitters are just, they will hit your mistakes, and they'll go a lot farther, and the scouting reports here are really in depth, and I really like that.
Do you do a lot of video work for either yourself or opposing players?
I haven't really in the past, just basically because I just try to go to my strengths when I can. I'm starting to get into it more and more now that there's a lot of scouting reports available. So,
do you envision yourself in the middle as a reliever, as a closer, both?
Well, I envision myself as a guy that can get lefties and righties out. So if that's middle relief, have to go multiple innings, I'm fine with that. But, you know, I'm just trying to help the team anyway right now.
Yeah. Well, getting up here, that's what you have to do. I mean, to start, you got to produce, and then someone will figure out where you belong, right?
Right, exactly.
Tell us about St. Clair. I have not seen a lot of players who've come out of there. What's the college like? What's the baseball schedule like?
College is very small. It's a junior college. I didn't really have any offers out of high school, and that was basically the only one. It's right on Lake St. Clair. It's in Port Huron, Michigan. Division III, 7-inning doubleheaders. So, you know, half the season was snowed out, and I pitched every other game, so that's how it was.
You one of those schools that took off for Arizona or Florida and played 3 games a day in the spring?
Yep. We played in Florida, and then we went down to, like, Virginia, and it's still snowing there, so, yep.
Yeah. That's a great is there anybody else that's come to the majors that you know of out of that college?
I know the pitching coach for the Tigers back in the day, Jeff Jones, I think it was his name. I think he graduated from there. Yeah, his picture's on the wall, and I'm there too now, so it's awesome.
Something to shoot for. Were you looking for a major league career while you were going to school there? Did you have that in sight?
Yeah. Out of high school, I wanted to play football, but I had some Division III offers, but I just wasn't big enough, you know, and baseball ended up working out, and as soon as I set my mind to baseball, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to be here one day.
Well, what an opportunity, you know, because of the Blair injury, who incidentally was a starter coming up through the minor leagues. He actually came to the Orioles last April 14th. The Orioles do not participate in the international market, but he was the first, I think, of the guys that actually they traded international dollars to Seattle, and he makes it to the big league. So, you know, I thought he said a lot of insightful things because get both lefties and righties out. Yeah. Boy, will that make Buck Showalter happy if he gets an opportunity. Because we saw Brian Mattis, who was great against lefties, but even though he had been a starter in the major leagues, forgot that side of the plate. So hopefully Paul will be able to do both that, and that'll be a big step forward.
Yep, future's all in front of him. Our game time temperature brought to you by BGE Home. We know more, we do more, as was true last night. Our game time temperature 80 degrees, some very high clouds and a little breeze, but not very much. Humidity just at 43%. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Orioles. Brought to you by Southwest. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Beckham, Jones, and Machado. Trumbo, Davis, and Scope. Mancini, Rickert, and Joseph. Jonathan Scope last 3. Cross your fingers. 5 for 12 and a couple of home runs included.
Well, you get Lance Lynn, a little bit of hardball. You can see all the, that's almost 67%. I make it 77% fastballs. You don't see that very often. And again, that cutter, it's a hard one, so he'll throw about 93 to 95. He's been a little bit wild coming off his worst game where, just imagine this, forgot to cover first base in Chicago on a very hot day, ended up giving up 7 runs in a little bit over 1 inning. So again, he's going to come at you. The Orioles faced him last year, hit 4 home runs off of Lance Lynn when he was playing for the Cardinals.
Lynn will come into the ball game with a 77 and 54 career record against the Orioles. 3rd start. He is 1-1 and has a very high 8.71 in the games he has pitched against the Orioles. He's ready to go. So is Tim Beckham, and we're underway. Shot to center. That's hit hard. Going back. Warning track wall. Up and oh, you gotta be kidding me! We pick up where we left off last night. Jake Cave, who made the great catch on Chris Davis, now comes in and robs Beckham on the first pitch of the game.
Well, you got to play where you can get to the wall, and we saw him do it last night. Tracks it all the way. Has a great feel for the wall. He's only 6 feet tall, and Lance Lynn saying, well, 1 pitch could have been a home run, just a long out. And it's probably about 408 to center field, and the Orioles have been, they hit probably about 10 hard hit balls last night. Only got 2 runs.
That is amazing.
Well, they always tell you pitch to the big part of the ballpark.
He did.
He needed every foot of it.
Wow.
The only place deeper is maybe about 40 feet to the left, where it goes out to 411.
So here's Adam Jones and a strike taken. Cave is just putting on a show here against the Orioles. He's also gone 3 for 3 at the plate, and he's made a couple of spectacular catches that robbed him of a home run. And the pitch will be taken inside for a ball. And with a team like the Orioles, with things going the way they have this year, you kind of get down there in the dugout going, oh no, not again. Pitch on the way. Jones will ground it down to 3rd. It is a fair ball. Escobar. Morrison there.
Going to take a look at the defense, middle of the pack in the American League. Rosario, Cave. Boy, can he play. Kepler, who had a big night, wears out the Orioles in right. Escobar, Polanco, Dozier. Morrison, who had a home run last night, and then we get to see Garver. Last night it was Bobby Wilson.
Wilson's the defensive catcher. Garver's the offensive catcher. And here's Manny Machado. And as John Lennon and Paul McCartney would say, today is your birthday. 26 years old. And Manny awaiting what will be. He is 2 for 5. Lifetime off Lynn. 2 down, nobody on. Manny will take the pitch on the outside corner. And in our Major League notebook, some pretty good numbers for the age of 26.
Well, most, anytime you're in most, and then of course Eddie Murray ends up in the Hall of Fame. Over 3,000 hits, 500 home runs. So again, I mean, 1 of 5 players to have 3 or more consecutive seasons, 30 home runs, 30 doubles. Select company right there.
Great numbers for Manny. 1 ball, 1 strike delivery by Lynn. That hit to the hole is going to be a base hit. So he will start this birthday celebration with a 2-out single. He had a base hit in the ball game last night, and that was a double, and that also came in the first inning.
Yep. He smacked the double off the wall. Home run pretty much any other ballpark right here. If you get the ball in and you have bat speed, it better be in. Can't be in on the inner maybe 3rd of the plate. So Manny hits it hard.
So that'll bring Trumbo to the plate. Mark looking to get out of a bit of a jam that he is in, as he had an offer in the ball game last night. If he's going to get out of it, here's the pitcher to do it against. He is 5 for 10 with 3 home runs. Lifetime off Lynn. Manny at first base. Pitch will be taken away for a ball.
Yeah, one of the 4 home runs they hit last year against Lance Lynn. Mancini hit 1. Seth Smith, Wellington Castillo, both of those guys no longer with the club, and then Mark Trumbo.
And the pitch fouled right straight back at 95.
Well, Gary and Lynn, I mean, he knows how to pitch. Well, when you see that swing, I mean, one of the things you look at, whether you're pitching or you're on the bench, is right that. I mean, that is a home run ball that just got fouled off. Great bat speed. As good a high ball hitter as there is on the Orioles. He just got his pitch and fouled it off.
And gave a good facial expression indicating, please do that again. See what he throws him here. 1-1 delivery, and that's going to be outside for.
Well, Mark was saying, he goes, how come I don't always get a good pitch to hit? I said, well, you did 3 years ago lead the American League in home runs with 47. He goes, yeah, but I ought to at least get one good pitch. I said, that's just not the way it works. And of course he knows that, because Hildenberg came in and threw him 3 great changeups and he struck out.
Fouled off. That one kept down and away.
But I think a lot of times when you're a fastball pitcher, and again, 2-seam, 4-seam cutter, most of your stuff is going to be somewhere between maybe 88 and 95. So that's what Mark's looking for. But you also figure, okay, I just got away with 2 pitches. Now I'll make a little bit better pitch. I either move it in or move it away. And of course, Mark's hoping for a mistake.
Machado's at first base. There are 2 down. 2-2 will be outside, so we'll take it full, and that'll give the advantage to Manny. Looking into the dugout, Logan Morrison, the first baseman. See where Molitor wants him to play. He will move him behind the runner, so Manny will get a decent jump, but Morrison's going to stay close enough so he can't go walking off towards second base. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Outfield shifted around towards right. Big hole left center. Runner goes. We'll do this one again.
Yeah, so we've seen 93, 95, 97. And again, I mean, he's an old-fashioned pitcher in that sense. He does have the curveball. I was looking at coming in, he threw about 1,100 fastballs, 165 cutters, and then 100 curveballs. So again, not a pitch he throws very often. You would think in this count that pitch might come into play.
Absolutely. 3-2. Doesn't want to throw any more fastballs here. Ground ball off the end of the bat will go to Polanco. He will go to first, and he gets the out, saved by Morrison. He was going to go to second to get the force, and then realized Manny was already at the bag. Great catch. Beckham robbed of a home run by Cave. Maurer, Rosario, Dozier, Escobar, Morrison, Polanco, Kepler, Cave. We know all about him. And Garver for Jake Cave last night, 3 for 3. Couple of doubles.
So Dylan Bundy trying to even his record. You can see a lot of fastballs, about 51% of the time, and then you had the 2-seamers, but the slider. It's a pitch again out of high school, had a 80. That's at the top of the rung. Slider, cutter, whatever you want to call it. A slow start because he pitched well and he didn't score a lot of runs. Lately he's been pitching well and they've been scoring a ton of runs. You can see fly ball pitcher at 64%. 18 home runs. High for him.
So the 25-year-old right-hander is ready to go, and Joe Mauer will take the pitch down low. Mauer had an 0 in the ball game last night, went 0 for 4. Still has the big numbers against the Orioles. 337 lifetime hitter against the O's. And that one will be fouled back and out of play. Outfield pretty much straight up. And the infield shifts a little bit towards right. They give him the third baseline, but obviously with all the balls he puts in play down the left field side, that's what you got to cover.
Yeah, we saw Mancini make a nice play on a soft line drive down the left field line off of Mauer.
That ball hit in the air to center. Adam Jones over, base hit. Able to knock it down though. So a leadoff single for Mauer, who is now 2 for 8 against Bundy.
And take a look at the defense. Again, Mancini, Jones, Ricker. Joey gets a chance to start. Valencia was in right last night. Beckham, Machado, Scope, Davis. Caleb back-to-back nights catching. The last 2 games, the Davis era and then the Cashner not covering first base meant a lot when you're not scoring a lot of runs.
Unearned run in the ball game last night off that 1 error. Now the Orioles shift it to double play depth. Rosario 2 for 10 with a home run. Lifetime off Bundy. Mauer not going anywhere at first base. There's a slower than slow 72, and it's in there for a strike.
Well, I think that's really helped him. We kind of highlighted the slider. That's his biggest swing in the miss pitch. But the curveball, he incorporated. He can throw the changeup, pitch to both sides right here.
That ball tagged in the air. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Joey Rickert will play it back in. And the first 2 are on with singles, Mauer and Rosario. So he didn't pitch for 2 games. Could have started the last one, but Jim, they didn't want him on the base paths again.
Well, let's go back to Atlanta now. I mean, right here, he's already gone from first to second, and that, I don't know if he did it there. I mean, he kind of rounded second, and then he stopped. Again, remember the 3 bad starts he had back in June. He tried to pitch through them, were groin injuries. So maybe backing it off. But the other thing already, Gary, when you haven't pitched to the 23rd, 2 balls right in the middle of the plate. That's not the way he usually pitches.
And here is Dozier. Dozier also in the ball game last night, top of the order, had some offers in it. He was 0 for 4, struggling at the plate with that .218 batting average that he has going. Twins were 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position last night, and they're going to add another one right here. They're going to wave the runner home. It was a 2-hopper to Mancini. Throw to third, not in time. Ball will get away. Run's going to come to the plate as it goes in the dugout. 2-run score, Mauer and Rosario, as the throw skipped away from Beckham. And there's going to be another error charged, allowing that second run to score.
Yeah, you try to get between home and third if you're Bill and Dunny, so he'll get behind, but he'll come behind home plate. But again, there's never going to be a play at home because it's softly hit out to left field, hanging slider. And you can see he's just not backing up. You'd like to kind of be somewhere where you can either go home or to go to third. So 3 consecutive hits, it certainly doesn't help. And you get the runner all the way to third, and you get an idea that this team has pretty good team speed.
Dozier will be credited with an RBI, but just 1. The error will be charged on Beckham, allowing the second run to score and allowing Dozier to move over to third. Infield now has to move in here in the first inning, as 3 singles have been put on the board by the Twins. Could it start any worse?
No, it could. And the other thing is Dylan Bundy, I mean, 189 with runners in scoring position. It's about 70 points lower than the league average. So you bring your infield in, and if you're Paul Molitor and the Twins are going, we don't have to get a base hit here. Yep. Fly ball will get a run. That's the way you want to face guys like Bundy.
Escobar, the runner's not going. Play will be made to first base, and there's 1 big out, holding Dozier at third base. 1 away.
Right here, and again, I mean, it makes a great pitch. And then the ball back to you. Check the runner. You got an out. So there's one of the outs you need.
Dozier getting his 35th RBI in his base hit, remains at third. Infield will stay in and in the shift. Logan Morrison Morrison a good night last night. Home run, RBI, 2 runs, had a 2-for-4 ball game, and he has hit Bundy hard. 5 for 15 with 2 home runs. Morrison will take a pitch on the inside corner for a strike.
Now take a look, and there is your shift. You got the umpire and Beckham on the left side.
Our StatCast powered by AWS.
And what's interesting is Morrison hit the home run to the left. Of course, that was in the air, and then he dumped a single, so he had a pretty good night last night.
And that one he turns on, fouls it over into the Minnesota dugout. So the Orioles start this game by having Tim Beckham robbed of a home run on the first pitch of the ball game, and then 3 consecutive singles and an error and 2 runs in when the Twins come to the plate.
And the one thing about Bundy, I mean, over 10 strikeouts per 9 innings, and he's hunting for one right here. Counts allows him to do that. You got a guy that can chase with the best of them, especially in the 2 counts.
Delivery on the way, and trying to protect a little bit on the outside.
But see, that's what got him in trouble. Caleb Joseph goes up and in, and that ball was off the outside corner. And the first 2 hitters, fastballs not where the glove was. And I think, again, here we are in what, July 6th, and he hadn't pitched since the 23rd. That can affect your command.
Morrison hitting only .214 in these situations. Club is 4th overall at .258 as a team. And Morrison swings through it. So Bundy trying to work his way out of this one, has got 2 down.
Well, what a formula. You get ahead, and then I mean, this is a great curveball. 81, maybe it's a slider somewhere in between, but it goes straight down. You're looking for a strikeout. Strike to ball. Perfect pitch.
And that will bring Polanco to the plate. Just getting back into the lineup after serving on the suspension for a PED. So Polanco gets the RBI chance. The Orioles, of course, now at 2 away, can back everybody up. Polanco takes the off-speed pitch, and it is in there for a strike. Polanco, this is just game number 5. He has 1 RBI. Picked up in 14 at bats. He's got 4 hits, including a couple of doubles, and does have a 3-game hit streak. And the return to the Twins at shortstop. 0-1 by Bundy, and that's going to miss a little bit down low.
Yeah, and the other thing is Beckham was almost in mid shortstop, and he moved way in. I mean, if you give Polanco, especially before we get the 2 outs, if you give him the bunt, I wouldn't be surprised if he takes it. They faked one last night. So sure, they're.
He's got the speed.
Yep. Yeah. Well, the advance report says, hey, he will bunt, so they try to defend it.
And on the outside corner, good pitch for his strike. Vic Carapazza just showed you who gets the benefit of the doubt. And historically, it's been a significant advantage for pitchers when the veteran Vic is behind the plate. We'll see if that plays out tonight.
That ball was a ball off the outside corner. So where are they going? Right back there.
1-2 delivery is a base hit down the line, right off the top hand. That was going to saw him off. And he gets a base hit down to 3rd and an RBI, and it's 3-0.
Yeah, that was a slider. So you're trying to strike him out. It's almost a back door, but it just hangs enough. Saw Rosario get a run in on a curveball last night from Cashner. You can see why the Twins, when you make mistakes or you stay in the middle of the plate, pretty good offensive club, even though as of late they've been struggling.
Polanco's 2nd RBI. Here is Kepler. He will take the pitch down low. Kepler had a good night. Bottom part of the order got some hits for the Twins in last night's game. His 2 for 4 RBI and a run scored in the game. Cave waiting on deck. Kepler's 3 for 8 off Bundy. Towering fly ball, center field. Adam Jones. And Adam will put it away, and that will do it. But a tough inning. Ends up with 3 runs on 4 hits, an error, and 1 left.
Slager is looking for his first Major League win. He was elated, and tonight, first pitch, a blast. And this ball is over the wall. Double last night takes that away, and then, I mean, this is a guy that was designated for assignment by the Yankees. They traded Luis Gil for him, and Beckham goes, had a home run, but not.
He's out of Hampton, Virginia. That's where he went to high school. And putting on a show.
Well,
here.
you look at his numbers the last couple of years, they did their homework.
Yep.
And then when you do, I mean, again, you know, Ben Gamble, that's how they, the Mariners got him out of the Yankee organization. Another guy that was very well coming up, Trenton Double-A. And that's the path he took. And they noticed it. And then when they probably couldn't put him on the 40-man roster, they swooped down.
That ball is going to go into the shift. Charging on it. And the play made by Dozier. Davis is retired. 0 for 5 in these games. Maryland Lottery's contestant of the game, Christina Angel from Westminster. 500 to being selected. 500 more for every Orioles home run hit tonight. Play Home Run Rich's scratch offs went up to 50,000. Or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/home run.
Yeah, I was reading a
Good
number.
luck, Christina.
Yeah,
or Escobar made the
yeah.
plays, all right? So make it a 5-3.
Scope hopefully getting hurt. But Chris Davis, what, I think put the shift on about 60-some%. Highest ever. You can see why.
Yeah. Takes the pitch away. Jonathan with a big ball game last night. A couple of home runs, 2 for 4. 3-game hit streak now for Jonathan coming into the ball game. And he will take it for a strike.
And we saw in the first inning, you are going to get pitches to hit. Now Trumbull got a couple, fouled him off, and then he threw him a good cutter to get out of the inning. Ground ball to shortstop.
Lance Lynn, 31-year-old veteran. Scope will foul that one back.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting, and we saw him. He won 11 games last year, a year after he had Tommy John. You know, pitched 177 innings. You know, led the National League, or tied for the National League start. I mean, he's a gamer, and he's young.
Well, he had some great experiences playing with the St. Louis Cardinals when the Cardinals were going to the World Series and postseason year after year. He's got a lot of postseason experience. He's played in the wild card game. He has played in 4 years of division series, 4 years of league championship series, and he's played in 2 World Series against Texas and Boston. Did he go? I think yes is the call. So the play has got to be made, and it is by Garver for the strikeout.
Yeah, so last year, I mean, that's a year out of Tommy John. I mean, you know, this year, of course, he was a late sign. Didn't sign until, I think, the 11th of March, about maybe 9 days before Alex Cobb signed. So they scored runs for him. You can see the whip, the command not as good, home runs down, thanks to Jake Cave, who otherwise that home run total might have gone up. But
that's our Maryland Live Casino inside the numbers on Lance Lynn.
But Gary,
fastball 95. He's got zip on that.
Don't you think that the fact that the Cardinals gave him a qualifying offer, and when you do that, you lose a draft choice. So a lot of clubs did not want to give him, you know, a multi-year deal. He took the best deal, wanted to come to a winner. It turns out the Twins aren't playing like they did last year when they went to the wild card game.
Well, Molitor wishes it were otherwise. Free agent signing came late in March of this year. Trey Mancini will foul that back for Trey off Lynn. Long ball.
Yep, one of the 4, and you could see right field onto the flag court. A nice little afternoon. I mean, they roughed him up. And one of the 4 home runs they hit in that afternoon. 8-5 Oriole win.
Orioles have lost 3 in a row coming into this. Twins ended a 6-game losing streak last night with a victory. Had a double clutch on that. Escobar will cut it off, make the play, and Lynn's got a 1-2-3 inning. Bottom half of the 2nd inning coming up from Target Field. 3-0 Twins. And indeed, Al Bumbry was.
Yes.
Serving in the U.S. Army, and if there was ever a tougher position, that platoon leader in Vietnam was deadly. He earned the Bronze Star for heroism. Jimmy, great service.
He really was. And, you know, he actually signed with the Orioles, played 1 year, and then went to Vietnam, came back, and, you know, marvelous AA, AAA years, hit well over 330 all those years, and then at Rookie of the Year, hit 337. But he used to tell stories about, I mean, talk about getting nightmares. And the thing is, when you're a platoon leader, it's kind of like being a pitching coach in the sense where it's not just about you anymore. If you were a pitcher, you got to take care of everybody. And he talked about the angst of doing that. Guys, you know, maybe another 10 or 15 days before they go back to the States.
Yep, ground ball will go to second base. And that will take care of Jake Cave. One down here in the second inning. Well, the Birds are going to return on Monday. Don't forget, a 3-day, 4-game series against the Yankees, and it's a single admission doubleheader on Monday. The first pitch is 4:05. Second game will be about a half hour after. Then on Tuesday, fans are invited to paint the park by purchasing a special ticket package, which includes a 2-hour pregame painting session, plus a ticket to the game. For tickets, go to Orioles.com. 4 o'clock Monday, doubleheader, Yankees, single admission, 1 price, 1 ticket. You see 2. And the pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Mitch Garver is doing the catching. He has put up some very impressive numbers at the plate. And a real good hitter. In the last 27 games in this ballpark, he has hit at a 253 clip. Has had multi-hit games, 6 multi-hit games, and limited opportunities this year. That's going to be a base hit to right field.
And that's how he's been doing it. You know, you get the fastball away, it's up a little bit, and then what's your approach? You're going to try to pull it, maybe pop it up. Nope. I'm going to stay back. I mean, the ball slows down. 92 becomes about 85, maybe 87. And it's just elevated enough, and if you're going to catch, and you know, he was a very good offensive player last year at their AAA Rochester affiliate.
So Bundy surrenders the base hit. There have been 5 of those. All singles off Dillon. And with 1 down, a runner on, and Mauer's back up. Mauer had one of those hits and scored in the first inning. And the pitch taken for a strike. Interesting that Beckham is playing on the grass at third base, and that cuts down his ability to get to any ground ball that Mauer might put towards left field.
Yeah, I mean, he can hit him inside the bag with the best of them, and that's his approach. I mean, that's, you know, power numbers. Only the MVP year in 2009 did he hit a lot of home runs.
That will be in there for a strike. Over the last 10 days, he's been tied for 4th in runs batted in. He's picked up 9 of them. As we said, a 337 career average against the Orioles. That is the 5th best all time since the Orioles came to Baltimore in 1954. Mauer goes the other way. Davis got a chance for 2. There's 1, man. He's returned, and they get it. Big double play. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. So after a long first inning, Bundy takes care of it in a hurry on the 3-6-3 double play. high-value dental and vision benefits to area employers and individuals. Game 3 of this series will be a day game tomorrow. 1:30 O's extra on Masson. And then 2 o'clock for the ball game. Kevin Gosman, 4 and 6 against Kyle Gibson, who is 2 and 6 scheduled starters.
Looked like he was keeping score. He had a kind of a sad look on his face.
He did.
Need to cheer that face up a little bit.
Just look at the shirt. If he looks down and sees the shirt he's wearing, he'll smile. It's a natural. Yes. It happens automatically. 1-0 count. Lynn's delivery will be foul back. Joey Rickert getting the start in right field.
His wife couldn't make it then. I could just see the dialogue. Honey, how do I look? Oh, you look marvelous. Why are you staying home? Well, like I said, I want you to go out and go to the game by yourself and look marvelous. And please take the shirt off before you come home.
In the air, left center field. So you'll chase this down. Kevin Rosario. Rickard retired. Hey, the Orioles going to host the Rangers Friday, July 13th through Sunday the 15th. On Saturday, July 14th, it's Celebrate Maryland Day at Oriole Park. First 35,000 fans 15 and over receive an Orioles Maryland flag script replica jersey presented by Morgan State University. For tickets, Orioles.com. Orioles now 1 and 3 against the Twins on the year. Here's Caleb. Joseph will take the pitch outside. Yeah, Caleb with a 1 for 3 off Lynn.
I was looking at Lynn came in 122 on the ground, 57 in the air. So I thought he'd be more of a fly ball pitcher, but again, maybe that's how he stayed at 8 home runs. And there's that little cutter.
That's a pretty good looking pitch.
Yeah, well, that's how he got Trumbo out. Again, he hadn't only thrown it a couple of times.
He's had problem with walks. That's been a bugaboo for him. Last year, he ranked 2nd in the majors. Base hit, Caleb Joseph. That'll be played in left by Rosario. Caleb makes a big turn but will stay. So the Orioles get a 1-out single.
Yeah, kind of like the Dozier hit in the first inning. It was a slider off of Dylan Bundy. This is just a cutter that meanders in the middle of the plate and Caleb ball over it. Hit the ball well first time up last night, and that's Kepler made a diving play down the right field line. Told him hit it softer. It's kind of like the prevent defense. They're playing deep. It's a big ballpark. Find some holes and dump them in there.
Swing soft, hit hard. Here's Beckham. He did both and went back to the bench, being robbed of a home run. First pitch he saw. First pitch of the game. First inning. Jake Cave went up over the center field wall, hauled it in, and took a 1-0 Oriole lead away before it ever got up on the board. Talking about the walks by Lynn, he's given up 50 this year. That's the 2nd highest in the league. Pitch will be taken inside. That's where you saw, and you see right here, Beckham taking pitches. You saw Jonathan Scope take a couple of pitches, which he usually doesn't do. Orioles well aware of the control problems Lynn has had, so if he's willing to walk some people, they're more than willing to take it.
Yeah, you cannot look for the entire strike zone until you get the 2 strikes. You got to get something hard. If he hangs a cutter, we saw what Joseph can do to that. So you're looking hard. You're looking outside middle. It's pretty much where the first pitch of the game was, and he smoked it.
Beckham waiting on it. That'll be in the outside corner for a strike.
But see, he's a veteran guy that knows you can still get back in a count with your fastball. Doesn't have to trick people. Made the perfect pitch, and Tim Beckham says, I have no interest in swinging at that pitch.
2 ball, 1 strike count. Very short lead at first for Joseph. Pitch is just going to miss away. Left-handers 300 off Lynn. The righties at 250 each side, with 4 home runs coming into the ball game. The distinct difference, and it could be just who he played, the ERA at home is 2.7. The ERA on the road is 7.83.
Well, that Chicago game where he gave up his 7 runs.
Fouled off.
Yeah, that certainly inflated that number.
That was that last start we were talking about, the shortest outing of his career, an inning and 2/3 in that ball game. 7 runs on 5 hits.
And then, Gary, you look early on, and again, he was a late signing, so he was pitching in Tampa Bay, 6 innings, 5 runs, and then he went to Yankee Stadium, 6 runs in 3 2/3. So the ERA got high very quickly, especially, and those were games were on the road.
Count here, 3-2. Only one down. Caleb Joseph at first. Beckham waiting, runner not going, and that'll be another foul ball. Just getting the barrel around in time to be able to foul that off, pulling the hands back in. And he'll have his 7th pitch of the at bat. The starters have struggled during the road trip where they went 1-8. Their starters were not doing well at all. They got a good start in the ball game last night, and now trying to build on that and save that bullpen a little bit. The bullpen was used on the road trip extensively. Pitch on the way to him. Popped him up first base. And handled easily by Morrison. Beckham retired. Back to first, Caleb Joseph.
Yeah, another well-situated fastball at 95. All you can do is come out and watch batting practice. They know what's coming. They don't throw 95. They hit line drives, fly balls, ground balls at people. I know the analytics said you got to throw breaking balls and you got to increase it and whatever, but well-situated, moving, high-velocity fastball. You can get a lot of outs that way, and that's how Lance Lynn makes his living.
So now with 2 down, Adam Jones grounded out his first time up, 2 for 8 off the right-hander. Lynn's delivery to him will be grounded down to third. Got a force at second base. Escobar gets it over to Dozier. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. On top, 3-0 here in Minneapolis. Ten-5. Last 15 meetings of the Blue Jays going back to 17. They're playing in Toronto tonight, and right now Toronto has a 5-1 lead over the Yankees as Smoke has had a 3-run homer in that ball game off Sonny Gray. Red Sox, they want their starters, especially Sale, Price, and Porcello, to be fresh as possible in October. So already before the All-Star break, a decrease in workloads between starts and a tight lid on pitch counts. The intent to preserve bullets and sharpness come the playoffs from the Boston Herald.
Yeah, but you better win your division.
Yeah.
And we saw Sale do that last year. I mean, first year in Boston, and he had a credible year, but he was out of gas. So that makes sense, but you still have to win your division. And let me tell you about Sonny Gray. His days are numbered as a Yankee. You know, they cannot afford, because they're in the same boat. They don't want to be playing a wild card game, and he's been dreadful.
The Yankees right now trailing the Red Sox by a game in the East. Pitch will be taken down low. Official score has changed the scoring in the first inning, as one of those 3 runs now unearned. So 2 earned runs in the first inning and 1 unearned with the Orioles error. Bundy working in the bottom of the 3rd. Rosario base hit run scored. Rosario puts it up in the air, left. Mancini. Trey's got it. One down on the fly ball. The Orioles welcome you and your best furry friend for a day at Oriole Park. Bark at Oriole Park, that's what it is. Ticket packages include the unique opportunity to bring your dog to one of 2 Oriole games, plus an outdoor themed doggy bow tie, with a portion of the proceeds benefiting Barks or the Baltimore Humane Society. For tickets, go to Orioles.com/Bark. Nice hat. Fine chapeau. It'll work anywhere. One away here in the third.
Oh,
Dozier, hello.
Oh, you don't see that very often. I mean, of course, Dylan's so professional, he doesn't want to laugh, but it's hard not to. I mean, check. So he hit a slider the first time for a base hit. Here's another one, and it's almost like playing pepper. In the old days, that's what you used to do in the outfield. You just don't see that. You didn't want to barehand it. I mean, you could have barehanded it, but that's
not a good idea.
No.
That's like running on the base paths for Dylan. Well, he's made, after that first inning, he had a quick second. Now he's trying to get a quick third. 2 down, nobody on Escobar. Escobar grounded out his first time up. Looking for a 1-2-3 shift on in the infield. That'll be fouled back into the screen.
So talk about Dylan. I mean, early on, and you can see ERA is high because of the 3 games where he gives up 22 runs. They don't score a lot of runs for him, except in 1 game. I think he got 17 runs, but now all of a sudden, the run total good compared to some of the other starters, and then he's pitched magnificently.
It's our PNC inside the numbers, and that's the inning. That didn't take long. Strikeout number 2. Another one done in a hurry. 3-0. Standard. Find your local independent American Standard heating and air dealer at midatlanticcomfort.com. Blend of 10,000 lakes, and a few of them within easy reach here of the downtown area of the city. That's the full outfit there, boy. Got the floppy hat, got the shirt. Now the Orioles need some runs. 3-5-0 for the Twins, 0-2-1 for the Orioles. Orioles have left 2, Twins have left 1. Lance Lynn, no walks, 1 strikeout so far. Manny Machado started his birthday celebration with a base hit in the first inning. So he's now 3 for 6 lifetime off Lynn. The annual, because it's the Orioles have been out here over the years for some reason at the same time on his birthday. He's had like 3 birthday celebrations here in Minneapolis, which isn't all bad.
Well, this park is, I mean, it's a beautiful park right downtown. Very walkable.
It's great.
Yeah, you can.
Lynn's delivery will be chopped right at the plate foul. Coming into today's play for Manny, he is 8th in the league in batting, tied for 7th in home runs, 21. He's tied for 3rd in RBIs. He's got 59, 101 hits, now 102. He is 7th. and tied for 11th in extra base hits with 40. 2-1 delivery to him, and he will take for a strike.
And then he's going, he can't possibly throw me another fastball. That's what I hit in the left in a hitter's count, but he did. Well, you're just hoping because you're struggling for runs. Man, he got that hit with 2 outs. You can start something off here.
Two delivery on the way, and that's going to be taken outside.
Yeah, I think he wanted that pitch. Big curveball that he thought might have gotten the front edge of the plate.
Lance Lynn moving it around. I mean, this is the guy, as Jim said, he's pitching, not throwing, even though he's got a 95 to 96 mile an hour fastball when he lets it go. Full count on Manny. Manny a chopper to second base. Dozier was playing that way. He still has got a great glove up there. One away here in the 4th.
Well, take a look about it, and this is a graphic. It tells you, we kind of showed you how many games they've scored 3-2-1 runs last year, but of all the major league teams, 62.8% of the time, 3 runs or less. And of course, when your team ERA is around 4.8, and we'll show you a graphic later, the Orioles are 5th in quality starts from their starters, so that's improved.
Hate that.
So I understand, but it's better than last year when the ERA was the highest ever. Let me segue into that little one.
Don't. Don't bother. I found out it was a guy, writer from Philadelphia, who created that quality start term.
Well, in the old days, the 4.50 ERA, you talked about it last night. You'd be there used to be, if you didn't pitch well for the Orioles, you were at AAA Rochester.
And
which
a 4 or 5
now
ERA
it's Norfolk.
would
Yeah.
do it.
Oh, it would.
Now again, the quality start, that's the upper limit of it. If you pitch 6 innings, 3 runs or less, your ERA is 4.5 for 9 innings. And the break point in winning games is 4. Ground ball, not hit hard. Dozier, nope, gives it up. Polanco. Oh, throws it away. Ball rebounds back, though, and getting back to first base just in case is Trumbo.
Yeah, probably going to be a base hit because this is a sinker, and it's a tough play. And he loses his balance, and then you mentioned just got back off that suspension.
Base hit. So Trumbo's on with an infield single. I mean, Polanco had the better angle because he was headed to first. Dozier's heading to third. Just couldn't make the throw.
Yeah, I think almost if I know it in my year, again, that would get you shipped out 4.50 ERA, but it almost seemed when we went through the steroid era, when runs were up dramatically, that's when, hey, give me 6 innings, 3 runs, and that's passable.
Yep. That'd be interesting. I haven't gone back and looked at that. That'd be interesting to see during the steroid years what the magic number was, whether it went up. We talk about magic number. 4 runs. If you score 4 runs in a ball game, you're going to win. It's somewhere around 72% of the time in the majors you win the game. That's a big percentage. And maybe during the steroid era that was up. Maybe that was higher, that you needed another run. Davis takes heat on that one at 95.
And it kind of shakes his head because it was in the middle of the plate. I mean, obviously Chris would like to get all the numbers up, but he has shown signs. Took the 8 straight games, 10 out of 12, went down to Atlanta. Again, even last night, that ball certainly could have been a double, except for Cave's valiant catch.
1-1.
But I think still, when you're a power pitcher like Lynn, you're going to try to ride the ball in the inside half. Talk about propensity to pull the ball. That's why you got 56% of the balls hit right to Dozier or Morrison, your first and second baseman.
Infield, of course, the double play depth here. So Trumbo trying to get off far as he can at first. Pitched, looked like down the middle, but it was there for a strike, and 2-2.
Well, he's always had an uppercut swing, and he's always struck out. I'm talking about Chris Davis when he's hit 38 home runs, 53 home runs, once out of every 3 times, which is fine. Just drive the ball. And he showed a lot more signs of doing that than he did earlier in the year. Now, is he a good matchup for Lynn, who's going to try to power the ball right where the glove is? No.
Nice stop made. Narver had to move inside to get that one. Keeps the runner at first base. Good body movement on that. He moved the whole body out there to stop it.
Well, this is normally a wild pitch right here. Now you're 3 runs down, so maybe you don't run, but That's it. I mean, that's perfectly executed by Garver behind the plate. Try to center to the middle of your body, keep it in front of you.
So a full count, 3-2, one down. Trumbo at first, not going to go. Davis in the air to center. Cave. That's no fun. That's in the ballpark. It's too easy. Fans are invited to paint in the park on July 10 prior to the 7:05 game against the Yankees. Each ticket package includes a 2-hour pregame painting session in the bullpen picnic area led by Pino's Palette, plus a ticket to the game. Ticket packages are exclusively available at Orioles.com/paint. Be a fun night. So the Orioles will try and do it with 2 down. Jonathan Scope struck out his first time up. Lynn's delivery will be a base hit, right center field. Trumbo's on his way to third. Cave will get it in to the cutoff man, and the Orioles put runners on at first and third with 2 down. Hard hit ball by Scope.
Yeah, so 2 hits Sunday, 2 home runs last night, and this is the Jonathan we know. I mean, it's just a slider. Last year, as good a breaking ball hitter on the team. This year, chasing. But it gets a hittable pitch, and he's not missing them, and that tells you that's when hitters get hot.
So here's a chance for the Orioles. They went 0 for 3 in the ballgame last night with runners in scoring position. That has been a bugaboo of late, none more so than for Trey Mancini. Trey grounded out his first time up. Lowest number in the majors with runners in scoring position. Runners off first and third. Trey will take the fastball up high. Let's see if the Orioles can take advantage of it. Trey find a way to get at least one of these runs in.
Well, it's just an amazing number to me. I mean, not because he hit 340 last year, which is for a rookie year, fabulous number, but 5 for 59. And right here, I mean, you want to get a hit so badly, but he takes the first 2 pitches, and by doing that, because you're trying to get back from a team standpoint, it's not just about your at bat, which obviously is important with 2 outs, but if he wants to walk you, let him walk you.
Yeah.
And that's how you get better pitches to hit, but it's hard to do that when you're 5 for 59 in these situations.
2-0 count. Runners off first and third. Trey will take the pitch, and that's going to be inside. So good eye on the 96 delivery. And the Orioles, Trey Mancini's got a 3-0 count. Orioles have had 27 games this year where they've not had a hit with a runner in scoring position. That is the most. And takes that up high, so not even close on those pitches, and there's the first walk to load him up.
And the scouting report on Trey, because of the fact that he expands the zone, is hey, he'll swing at balls. Well, he didn't that time.
So a big chance for Joey Rickard. Orioles down 3-0. They have picked up a couple of singles and a walk here in this one to load him up. And Rickard getting the start in right. Flied out to left field his first time up. And Lynn in a jam, and a big moment in the ball game here in the top of the 4th inning.
Yeah, Rickard 2 for 18 in these situations. Runners in scoring position. 239. Lynn.
Pitch taken for a strike. He has had 1 grand slam already this year for Joey Rickard. Nope, take that back. Did not. There you see the Oriole runners.
I tell you, the way the Orioles are offensively being challenged, they just take a soft single here.
Anything to get a run in will work right here. Pitch on the way to him, and that's going to be foul back up and away.
So you talked about Lynn being able to amp up the velocity. That was 97.
So can he get out of this? Lynn has had to work here in this 4th inning. Oh, and 2. Pitch by Lynn will be outside. No need to throw a strike.
I think he might have liked to have got a little closer, but You know, sometimes you just pull balls, you try to add a little, and you know, you get out of your windup, but that still was 97. Boy, the Orioles need a mistake by Lynn, and Rickard get all over it.
Runners on every base. 1-2 outside. Another fine play made. Garver goes out to block another one. Lynn has had only one wild pitch this year. He has hit 4 batters, though.
Well, they're trying to pitch to the scouting report, so he gets ahead, and you know, Joey Rickard, much better fastball hitter, more of a pull hitter than a breaking ball hitter. But
well, here's the pitch. He doesn't want to go 3-2.
I certainly would want him.
Doesn't mean he'll get a fastball. Pitch on the way. Goes to second. Dozier is there. And that will do it. So no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 3 left on base. 3-0 Twins. Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Yumma yumma. You know it's good for you because it's under the heat lamp. Just pile it on.
Look like
that looks pretty good.
Milwaukee.
That's sauerkraut?
Yeah. Could be.
What it looks like. So the Orioles with a chance leave the bases loaded. And Dylan Bundy, bottom of the 4th inning, will get Logan Morrison. Strikeout victim his first time up. Gets the off-speed delivery, which is what Bundy worked on him in that first at bat by Logan Morrison. Morrison, a lot of at-bats against the Orioles in his career. Some of those at Tampa Bay. .259 lifetime hitter against the O's. Morrison, a towering pop-up second base. And you'll pull it in for the out. Jonathan Scope had to wait on that one. Let's take a look at our PNC Minor League Insights, brought to you by PNC. There's no better time to act than today. PNC, make today the day.
Well, congratulations to Alex Well. I mean, he did well too. Last year won the JP Minor League Pitcher of the Year award. Walked what, about 1 in the last 50 innings. So out of Australia, another international signing. Paul Fry, traded him for international money. They actually went down and signed Alex Wells.
Polanco base hit RBI. They started it out with a Mauer single, a Rosario single, and a Dozier single. Orioles committed an error on the Dozier single on a throw to third. Error charged to Beckham. Dozier got an RBI, another run scored on the error. Then later in the inning, Polanco was able to pick up a base hit with 2 down and drive in the 3rd run. So Polanco now with a 4-game hit streak. Orioles put the full shift on with Jonathan Scope way out there in right field. Bunted, nobody there except Bundy. No play.
Well, we talked about it. Smart play. You miss 80 games. You know, I mean, he really, you know, because somebody else had to play shortstop when he was suspended for the PED. So the perfect bunt.
Can't do it much better than
No.
that.
It doesn't have to be as good as it was because nobody's playing over there.
Yep. So Polanco's on with a single. Hit number 6 for the Twins. Twins had 9 hits in the 5-2 win in the ball game last night. Now Kepler is going to get Beckham in at third base. Max Kepler shift on there as well. Polanco can run.
Yeah, 13 steals last year, so.
Max Kepler with power, 30 RBIs for just a .222 average.
Yeah, you would never know it the way he hits the Orioles. You know, coming in over, what, 405, 17 for 43 now.
For Kepler this season against the O's, 5 for 15. 333 with a home run and 2 RBIs.
Well, he hit 17 last year. I mean, and against the Orioles, it's doubles and even a triple. And again, great defense in right field.
Shift on here. First pitch on the way will be away. Yeah, Kepler against the Orioles. It's 6 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs, 6 walks, a 1.289 OPS. That's in 11 games.
That's in only 43 at bats.
1-0 count. Runner not going. Fastball going to miss up high. 2-0.
And we saw last night the double he hit was right down the left field line. So he sprays it all over the ballpark. Tougher to defend. Their charts apparently say on the ground he's a pull hitter. That's why they have the shift on. But Adam Jones, what, 1 step into right center field. So
delivery to him. Kepler watches it, and it's going to miss away. Dylan Bundy, the left-hander's 298 and the right-hander's 181. That would be a significant difference. And this is a heavily weighted left-handed lineup.
Yeah,
Paul Molitor doesn't have a lot of choices.
Yeah, more home runs, 11 of the 18 by the right-handers.
3-0. See if he takes. Kepler does. It's in there for a strike.
And I thought there would be a lot more maybe at bats by lefties and righties, but it's pretty much 50-50. So that is a significant number. I think that's where the changeup and the curveball comes in. Slider is very effective against the right-handers and doesn't throw it as much to the lefties.
Pitch on the way. Oh no, mercy. Way backhand. Goodbye home run into the upper deck. A monster shot. And Kepler will bring in 2 in a 5-0 Twins lead.
Well, you wondered why he's hitting over 400. The pitch count and the 3-1. He's looking for a fastball, and he gets exactly what he's looking for. I mean, the target's away, but I mean, it's kind of just a get me over target, and it doesn't work.
9 home runs, 32 RBIs. Look at that, a couple of rows back upstairs in right field, 427 feet. Look at the eyes.
Yeah, well, he can't. I mean, he's looking fastball and gets it. He hit a ball in batting practice to the left of that. There's a sign up there called Super America. And if you were coming up that exit or whatever it is, it's where he hit one in BP yesterday. And I'm saying, I know it's batting practice. That's where. And, you know, he just hit the home run a little bit to the right of that. That is a long way.
It's a long, long way. Well, it'll be foul back. So Kepler gets his 2nd home run of the year against the Orioles and the 4th of his career.
Yeah, they used to, in the old ballpark here, not the Metrodome, but the old stadium, they used to have 2 seats in the upper deck way out in left field where Harmon Killebrew hit.
Metropolitan.
Yeah, I think
that one is tagged to right. That's way back in the overhang. It'll bounce off the granite, and it'll be a long single as Cave. A monster shot. Did not miss a home run by much.
Well, he hit 20 of them last year. I mean, he had, you know, 3 for 3 last night. This time a breaking ball got him out with a changeup the first time, and Cave hits it off the granite, or the limestone, I guess they call it here.
Wow. I want to trade for him.
Well, you know, yeah, you were talking about he had 26 doubles or triples, 26 triples at AA and then AAA. Not to mention the 20 home runs, and then, you know, you can throw in. I think that might have. And what, he hit 56 doubles last year, AA and AAA.
Yeah. I mean, he had a great season.
And the Yankees
year.
released him. Yeah. Well, really, I mean, they designated him for assignment, so they make a trade. Luis Gil was a pitcher that apparently a hard-throwing righty that went the Yankees' way.
Mitch Garver now, number 9 hitter, and a 5-0 lead. 8 hits against Dylan Bundy. Garver with a runner on at first base, 2 runs in on the homer by Kepler. Cave on at first, the base hit. He's now 1 for 2 in this ball game and 4 for 5 against the Orioles. And the breaking ball taken down low. Did he go? No.
Yeah, the last couple of years, I mean, Cave hasn't stolen a lot of bases, but, you know, at 18 one year, 17, and 5-0 in the American League. If you think you can run, you'll run.
And if you get all those triples, there's got to be a little speed.
Well, I read the scouting report. They said, well, he's not as fast as he used to be, but then again, that still means he's fast. Right. Exactly.
That future is behind us.
Exactly.
A 2-ball, 1 strikeout.
And they've only thrown out 1 out of the 14 guys that have tried to steal against Dylan Bundy. So if you're Paul Molitor and you're looking for more offense,
send him.
Yeah.
He's got a pretty good lead over there, leaning. Bundy, the long hole. There he goes. 2-1. That's down the line left field. Trey Mancini going over, and it'll end up in the seats for a souvenir.
Yeah, Paul Molitor, who, you know, with 3,300 hits. And what did Logan Morrison nicknamed him when he got traded to Paulie 3K because he's got over 3,000 hits. Well, he never played for Sparky Anderson, but the 2-1 count. If you ever went 2-1 and you were pitching against the Sparky Anderson, it was going to be a hit and run. Because somebody has to cover. You got to control a guy on the mound in Bundy. You got to throw a strike. Got to take a little bit longer. But even if he doesn't make contact, you have a little bit of speed, maybe a chance to steal.
Garver's got a 2-ball, 2-strike count. See if Cave goes again. Bundy again will do the long hold here to freeze him over there, and throw back to get him back. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, a real outburst of offense for a ball club that, like the Orioles, has had its trouble scoring runs. They've already equaled the total they put up in the ball game last night. Down to third, over the bag, foul. No, it missed by just that much. Jerry Lane, the crew chief, on the call.
Yeah, standing right there so he can see. Did it go over the bag? Doesn't have to be in fair territory, but you can see it just hooking foul. And called it foul. Hands went up.
No argument.
Nope.
Count stays, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dylan Bundy, 3 runs, 2 earned in the first, 2 runs so far here in the 4th. Cave may well be going here.
You know, it looks to me that the cutout here is a little bit farther from first base.
A lot further
than it is in Baltimore. You know, because normally you can tell. I mean, in Baltimore, if they're the other side of the grass, and he's got a pretty substantial lead. That's 2.5 steps, inch and off. And
not going. Breaking ball bounced.
Would have been a perfect ball to run on, if he didn't know he was going to throw it.
Caleb's done a good job at 28% throwing out base stealers. Tough with Dylan, who's had trouble holding him. Fortunately for Dylan, and late the latter starts he's had here, he has not had to hold many on. He hasn't let many on. Different story here in the ball game tonight. Count remains 3-2. Caves running. Breaking ball misses. Ball will get away, but it's ball 4. First walk surrendered by Bundy. 2 on. Aos fans, with $150 in savings and parking included, it's time to book your Best of Baltimore package with Hilton. Visit hilton.travel.com/Baltimore and book today. Roger McDowell on his way out. Check on Dylan Bundy. Problem here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, they will bat now for the 3rd time, and Paul Fry getting loose for the Orioles. In your interview, you talked about being able to pitch multiple innings.
May need to.
Yeah. Oh, the one thing about Dylan, everybody talks about, okay, how are you the 1st, 2nd, 3rd time through the orders? As Maurer lead off now for the 3rd time, and 234, 238, 252. So pretty good numbers. But boy, they made it work tonight.
So not done here. Dylan Bundy needs that ground ball.
And then you got Maurer, who's hitting 359 with runners in scoring position.
Maurer a base hit, and he is hit into a double play. Joe is now 2 for 9. Lifetime off Dylan Bundy. 1st and 2nd. 1 out. Maurer will take the off-speed delivery, and that will bounce. And Dylan Bundy will fall behind here. Good stop again by Joseph. Well, not the Dylan Bundy we have seen in recent games. We showed you the last 5 starts. Much crisper in his performance in those games. Dylan has won 3, lost 1, and had 1 no decision in the last 5. Won his last 2 against Miami and Atlanta. And that is in there for a strike.
Yeah, in those 2 games, the Orioles would score 10 and 7 runs. So early leads, and as you mentioned, pitch well. Yeah, he's right about what they average. He's given up tonight. Yeah, they average 5.53 runs a game for him.
Maurer will wait on a 1-1. Runners edge at 1st and 2nd base, and Maurer will pump it off the other way. So 1-2 count on Joe. Free agent. No trade clause. Would somebody be interested? Would he be interested? Most of the people I talked with around the ball club said the ball club's not interested.
Yeah.
Unless it was a real big return. Idea seems to be sign Joe up, let him finish his career here. 1-2 delivery on the way, and that's going to be taken down low. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Not chasing on that.
He signed an 8-year, $183 million deal, and he come off that MVP. He was catching. He was a guy headed for Cooperstown because he was as good a catcher and as good an offensive player. 3 batting titles, MVP in 2009, and then the concussion-like symptoms. Actually had one early this year, which is why he was out for a while.
Maurer will take it as the breaking ball is inside to him. So refusing to go in the last 2, Maurer is able to work the count to 3-2 with 1 down. We got Cave with great speed out there at 2nd base. Garver over at 1st. Infield wanting that ground ball. And double him up as they did the last time he was up, if you can get it.
Yeah, he hit that change up to Davis for the double play.
3-2 delivery on the way, and Maurer will get one. That'll be a base hit into left field. Good read on it, Cave. He'll score. Throw to the shortstop. Runners hold 1st and 2nd, and Maurer does it again. RBI, 3 runs into the inning, and a 6-0 lead.
25 hits now to left field this year. And that 359 batting average just went up with runners in scoring position. Got to throw a strike down the middle. Doesn't drive it too much. Inside out. Dumps it into left. And here comes Cave to make it 6-0. Going to get Dylan Bundy out of the game.
So not a good start for Dylan Bundy. Coming in with a 6-7 record, 3.75 ERA. It's 6 runs off him in 3 1/3.
at 7-7. Command not what it usually is. Hadn't pitched since the 23rd. Ankle injury. So they rough him up. You know, not wild, but wild in the strike zone. So now our Jiffy Lube pitching change. You can change your regular oil changes are proven to keep your car on the road longer. And you can drive in today at Jiffy Lube. Well, Paul Fry on. And Gary, nice interview you did with him. Orioles get him from Seattle for international spending money, and he gets a chance to pitch. You know, fastball slider guy. And what did he say? If he's going to pitch multiple innings or even start at some point, he needs to work more on his changeup. So it comes out of the Mariners organization last year, AAA Norfolk.
So Fry, runners on at first and second base, one down, a chopper, chance for two. Fry, good throw. Manny will look and hang on to it. He had no chance on the play at first base. So Rosario hits into a fielder's choice. Joe Mauer is out at second on the 1-6. Leaves runners at first and third.
Yeah, nice little slider. And that's a big sweeper right here. Little crow hop. Now Paul Fry may not know that Rosario runs well, but Manny does.
Yes.
So the important thing for him, get the lead runner. Boy, you got to have the way the Orioles are struggling for runs. I mean, this is critical right here. And he also talked about the ability, as Dozier comes to the plate, to be able to get righties out.
So here's your righty.
Yep.
And Dozier with two down, first and third. Scope will move over almost directly behind second base. Pitches up for a ball. For Fry, started at Bowie, didn't stay long. 15 appearances, 3-0 at a 2.84 ERA. Promoted May 11 to Norfolk. 13 games at Norfolk. Went 0-1, one game start. A 3.47 ERA at Norfolk. So he moved up in a hurry. Being left-handed certainly doesn't hurt. At Norfolk, the lefties hit 257, the right-handers 245. So he gets a shot here in a tough situation. Dozier, base hit, RBI. First time up. And we'll take the pitch for a strike.
And the more they see, they'll probably see that where you get into a fastball count. I mean, he's a fastball breaking ball guy, and again 91. You got a good slider, and again the changeup will certainly help.
Dozier just 224 off lefties, takes that one, well located. And a 2-ball 2-strike count on the veteran second baseman. So Brian Dozier trying to pick up another RBI with the runners on at first and third. 3 runs in here in the 4th inning, extending the lead to 6-0. Takes it and he's gone. Went to the outside part of the plate. Fry gets the strikeout. But 3 runs in, including a Kepler 2 RBI homer. Great to have you with us here on this Friday night in Minneapolis. A 6-0 lead on the 9 hits. Minnesota went 3 for 5 with runners in scoring position against Dylan Bundy. Fry comes on to get the final 2 outs. So Dylan 6 runs, 5 earned, 9 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts in 3 1/3 innings. And the Orioles with a long comeback road. Caleb Joseph will lead it off. Lance Lynn, the starter, has one of the largest increases in ERA from last year to this year in baseball. He went from 3.43 to 5.49. Alex Cobb has the greatest increase. Luis Castillo, John Gray, and Sonny Gray are in the top 5 of that group.
And what do Lynn and Cobb have in common? Late sign.
Yep. Never a chance to go through the normal routine.
Yeah, I mean, it's everybody kind of complains. I don't think pitchers complain as much as hitters. You know, the 6 or 7 weeks.
Down the line, and that is foul.
But you know, I think there's a certain. For me, it was 7 starts, 6 or 7 starts. And, you know, get to 115 pitches and maybe go down and pitch the 8th and 9th in the bullpen, just so you know you could pitch a complete game or extra innings on opening day. I know that's a foreign thing now, but I mean, that's just the way you did it. But if you don't get that, and you're a fastball command guy, especially Lynn, you could see new team, supposedly a winner.
1-2 delivery, ate him up and a pitch down and in.
Yeah, you get the 1 pitch to hit and, you know, put a pretty good swing on it, but it goes foul, and then 2-seamer. So the good pitchers, they throw a ball that appears to be a strike, and it goes from, because of the movement, strike the ball. You can do that when you're ahead in the count.
That'll bring the top of the order up. Here is Beckham. The fly ball out, and he is popped out. Robbed of that home run in the first inning by Cave. 1 down, base is empty. Lynn's delivery to him will be outside. Outfield will shade him a bit towards right. Orioles great chance their last half inning. The base is loaded, but could not get that big hit. And the pitch taken away. So Beckham 2-0. Tim has had a tough time. Twins team this year. He's gone 1 for 17. And that one hit a home run. A couple of RBIs.
Well, early on, and maybe a valid excuse. You know, great August, bad September. Did have the core injury that had missed extensive time. So
outside corner strike.
Another fastball count. Perfect fastball in the corner. Doesn't need to trick you when you just have this kind of command. 2-seamer, you give up on it, and then you get a very generous call. Well, you talked about Carapaza.
Pitchers, pitches.
Yeah.
2-2, and gets him on a strikeout. That'll be 3 for Lynn.
So he hadn't even messed around. I mean, he's got 2 strikeouts on about 10 fastballs. By 2-seam him, 4-seam him, didn't even throw a cutter. And this one right on the inside corner.
Advantage of a 6-0 lead. I think midway through the ball game.
Well, 1 pitch never is the difference of the game, and that's what run support can do. That and the fact he's pitched well.
Here's Adam Jones. Adam has hit into a fielder's choice, and he has grounded out. It's a ballpark that's been to the liking of Adam, with a big .313 average here in this ballpark, and he's had 9 of the 14 home runs he's hit against the Twins come here in Minneapolis.
Usually on afternoon games.
Yep. 1-0 delivery, bounce way out in front. Ballpark, as we said, kind of tough on the left-handers. That big wall out there with the scoreboard. Center's long way off, 411, deepest part. In right field, you got a short 377 power alley, and you don't have a big fence. Just missed away.
Yeah, it was a pitcher's park till last year, and I don't know if it was the fact that there were 600 more home runs hit collectively in major leagues, but the Twins at home, and again, they had a great offensive team, 4th in runs in the American League. They scored over 5 runs a game here. I always thought it was I mean, big outfield, high walls.
It looks like a pitcher's yard.
Yeah, it was till last season.
And the pitch taken for a strike. Adam trying to get on. Count will go to 3-1. Lynn has had a couple of these counts. He's walked only one. Another advantage. Doesn't have to be so fine here with the problems he's had with walks. 3-1 delivery will go to short. Polanco's up with it. He makes the throw over just enough on it to get him. And the Orioles are retired 1-2-3. The Twins on top 6-0.
Tim Beckham, well, game 2 of the Jake Cave highlight defensive reel. And then Dozier dumps after a Rosario single. Good throw, but maybe a little bit of a short hop. Mundy doesn't back up. They score the second run, and then eventually would add a third run. And then right here, nice defense by Chris Davis, 3-6-3. Get Bundy out of the inning, but he struggled. Those are your Geico highlights. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Bottom half of the 5th inning. Oriole fans hoping. Runs. Ground ball right off the handle. That'll go to Beckham. Over to David for the out, and Escobar is retired on a pitch here in the 5th inning. Oriole fans, when the O's score 5 runs or more, get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com with the promo code Orioles5. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Here's Logan Morrison. Morrison has struck out, popped out. Polanco will be due up. 3rd here in the inning. Fry bends one in for a strike. Twins hitters, of course, getting their first look at Paul Fry, the left-hander. 0-1. Shift on against Morrison. And the pitch will be taken outside for a ball. Morrison hitting .215 off lefties, .187 off righties. It's the home runs. 10 of them against right-handers, all 10. Fry, 1 ball, 1 strike count. That's going to be in there for a strike.
Yeah, the ability. I mean, Donnie Hart, who's been up and down, I mean, over the last 3 years. He gets lefties out, but struggling against righties. What an opportunity. I mean, you don't really want to have other guys fail or get hurt, but when you do get the chance, you want to be able to seize it and pitch well.
And we'll foul it away. He was funny during the interview we did with him before the game today, talking about coming out of St. Clair County Community College in Michigan. Cold, long winters, lots of snow, and very hard to get games in, very hard to get practice in. He said we didn't have an indoor facility really, and to work out outside, and we couldn't do much of that. We traveled south and east to get some pre-season games in.
Yeah,
and then we'd come back and it'd still be snowing.
Yeah, he said we go to Virginia. We go to Florida, but we'd also go to Virginia. It'd still be snowing. We had a short schedule. Half of the games were snowed out. I pitched the other half.
And it's a Division III school too. I mean, that's tough. Not going to have a lot of scouts looking around.
Well, again, he didn't even have a scholarship offer out of high school.
No, he had one.
Yeah.
That was St. Clair. That's where he went. Here he is at the majors. It's a nice story, and now we'll see what he can do with it. 2 ball, 2 strike count with 1 down. Morrison with power. Lights taking effect. Twilight time. Morrison reaching for a pitch away.
And then he buries him with a perfect slider, low and away. Yeah, the good lefties, they can look for the ball at him and then hope you could get him. But this one never ever. You can see right there. I mean, perfect angle. It starts in the middle of the plate. It just veers to the outside corner.
The Fry with a couple of strikeouts in the 4 batters faced. Polanco, a couple of hits. He's had 2 singles, RBI, runs scored. Now has a 4-game hit streak going. And Polanco will take the pitch for a strike.
Well, Paul Fry through the minors, 361 strikeouts in 295 innings. For a guy that's not a guy that's in the mid 90s. I mean, certainly not like Tanner Scott, who throws the first pitch he threw last night was 99, but never had command problems.
Switch hitter Polanco, 2 down, nobody on. 1-1 delivery is going to be taken up high. Fireworks night here at the ballpark, so a real good crowd on hand. Couldn't be a nicer night to be here. I say that last night was as good. And good weather predicted for the weekend as well. Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way. That'll be fouled back. Folks in front of us get a freebie. And Fry takes the count to 2-2. Scoring in 2 innings, 3 in the first and 3 more in the 4th.
Yeah, Dick Bremer next door does the television, trying to get the Hall of Famer Bert Weileman to reach over and snag that, but
Bert's not stupid.
No.
No.
He didn't want all those games being stupid.
No. That's why he didn't reach out.
No. But he's talking to the fan who caught it, though. Yeah.
And a swing and a miss. Fry, nice pitch down and in as a 1-2-3 inning. And our Ram Doo-Wop's brought to you by Ram Trucks. Experience the power and toughness of Ram at your local dealer. Or log on to ramtrucks.com to get to work. Guts, glory, Ram. Orioles 9-4 here in game 2 after winning the opener last night 5-2. Lance Lynn after his 6th win against 7 losses. He went 11-8 last year, Cardinals. Manny Machado will lead it off. Manny a base hit, and he is grounded out. Orioles birthday shortstop here on this Friday night. And Lynn will deliver inside for a ball. Manny slices that one the other way, and that'll be a souvenir. For Lynn this season, the innings pitched has been around that 6th inning mark of late. That's where he's gotten out. Of course, that last start, long before that, as he lasted only an inning and 2/3. Prior to that, a couple of 5-inning games, 6 2/3, 6 innings.
Yeah, he's topped out about 114 pitches. But it's just amazing that the Tommy John missed all of 2016 with the elbow ligament repair, and then came back and pitched as much as he did last year. Of course, it was a free agent year. Carvin Alston, his pitching coach, looking on there.
Tag foul. Well, much like the Orioles in that dugout of Minnesota, a lot of concern about what it's going to look like after. A lot of people around Minnesota said if the Twins had not made the playoffs last year, Paul Molitor would not have been brought back, and that he may not be brought back this year because they're not going to make the playoffs, barring an extraordinary run. 2-2 delivery on the way. You got a new deal. It's hard to know exactly what it is, but
well, we were talking about it down in the cage yesterday. It's kind of like a lot of peaks and valleys.
yeah.
He comes on, they win 83 games, and they only win, what, 53, and then they up 85 last year. And then made all the right moves, you thought, on paper to be a more improved club. But injuries and guys not playing well.
3-2 delivery on the way. So outside with that, so Manny is on leadoff walk here in the 6th inning. Second surrendered by Lynn. On the 4th, the Orioles wore special patriotic themed jerseys and caps to honor the veterans on the 4th of July. Visit Orioles.com/auctions to bid on these autographed and authenticated game worn jerseys and caps. All proceeds benefit the USO of Metropolitan Washington Baltimore. Bidding will close Wednesday at 10 p.m. So visit Orioles.com/auction today. Runner on at first base, Manny Machado. Orioles will try and start chipping away here and get Lynn perhaps out of the ball game. Base hit, ground ball out for Trumbo, the Orioles designated hitter. Bullpen will begin to move around for the Twins. And down the line, right field, headed to the corner. It is going to be fair off the wall. Trumbo will stop with a long single over to third. Ball gets away, but stopping is Manny Machado. So Trumbo delivers one, couple of hits in the ball game, and the Orioles first and third with nobody out.
Yeah, he blisters it off the right field wall. It's only a single, a little bit like Camden Yards. The wall's a lot harder. And there you go, thigh high, take it the other way. We've seen him hit a couple of home runs over the last couple of weeks that way.
So the Orioles again get an opportunity, and this is the best one they've had in the ball game.
Well, Gary, I mean, this for the Twins, it's been a game of 3-run innings. Orioles would love to. I mean, just get back in the game, and whether it's 2-3 runs, you don't have to do it on one swing.
Chris Davis first and third. Infield, of course, will give up the run if they can get a double play. Pitch will be taken up high for a ball. Davis has grounded out, and he is flied out. The Orioles have had only the one chance with a runner in scoring position, 0 for 1 tonight. But a big chance with nobody out. Get something going here in the 6th. Lynn's pitch will be away, and you do get the feeling that Tank is nearing E.
Well, I mean, like you said, it's a pretty nice night to pitch. 88 pitches. I mean, early 3-0 lead first inning, so as we mentioned, one pitch hasn't meant a whole lot. He's gone the requisite 5 innings to qualify, but as a veteran pitcher, that certainly shouldn't satisfy you.
He's losing the strike zone here. Count goes to 3-0. Davis with Scope to follow. 3-0 delivery to Chris, taken at the knees for a strike. Take a walk here, get runners on.
Yeah, I was watching a game he pitched against the Red Sox back on the here at home, the 20th of, and he hit him for 5 innings, but he walked 5. I mean, he pitched around everybody, but you don't want to be doing that with a 6-0 lead. Orioles would love to have a walk here, though. Yep, there's
Davis fights it off. So Lynn struggling to get the outs. Chris Davis battling them. That's what we were talking about earlier. 27 games this year where the Orioles have not had a hit with a runner in scoring position, the most, and they haven't had one tonight. 0 for 1.
Well, it's a chance to get on the board without even getting a hit here because of the situation, but you got to be able to make contact.
3-2 delivery, and that's going to go for a base hit into center field. They're on the board. Manny Machado will score. Trumbo will stop at second base. Davis delivers the RBI single, and the Orioles make it a 6-1 ball game.
Well, 3-2, 6-0. Got to throw a strike, and he does. Instead of up in the zone, it's down about thigh high. Nice little swing by Chris Davis. Keeps the merry-go-round moving. There's your first run, Machado.
And still no outs here in the inning. They did not have anybody throwing, so they're going to get somebody up, or they're going to walk slowly around the mound here and draw some time.
I know Garvin Alston, his first year as their pitching coach, can walk a little faster, but he's in no hurry.
No. I thought they might get somebody up after that last hitter, but.
Well, the only good news for Lance Lynn is that the double play is still in order. It's 6-1. Of course, he's got Scope, who's base hit to right center field.
There's the Upland bullpen just starting to throw.
Ryan Presley saw him last night, hard throwing righty.
Garvin Alston has his say and heads back. Former pitcher with Colorado and a lot of minor league time. Here's Jonathan.
Probably told him, it's all right to get somebody out here.
Yeah. Jonathan's got a single and he is struck out. And New York's got a shot now getting back into this ball game. We're only in the 6th. Stay away from the ground ball double play, and Lynn is struggling a bit. He'll get one more batter. If he doesn't get Scope out, you got to believe that'll be it with Mancini waiting on deck. Pitch count's not that high. It's just the effectiveness is gone. 0-1 the count, 2-on. Scope will chop it. It'll stay foul. Jonathan would like one of these that he got 2 of last night.
Yeah, he wants to do this, Gary, but he doesn't want to try to do it. Last night, first one, and then Addison Reed, he got about 8 pitches. Hit the 8th one over into their bullpen.
He's had 3 home runs in this ballpark. 3 of the 4 he's hit against the Twins. Behind on the count here, 0-2. Lynn 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Orioles getting Manny on with a leadoff walk. He scored. Trumbo the base hit down at second. RBI Davis on at first. And Manny will go the other way. That looks like it's going to be fair down the line to the corner, and Scope rather, and it is foul. Just missed. Jonathan heading down that line.
Yeah, we saw Caleb just miss a double. Oh boy, if you're Lance Lynn, you're holding your breath till right about now. And they're about 4 feet foul.
Runners are back. Count remains though 0-2. Blocked. He's done a good job. Good job of blocking pitchers behind the plate in this ball game.
Well, everybody thinks that you're worried about with a guy on third, but also double play in order. If he doesn't block this ball, double play's not in order. Easier to score a run, obviously.
Taking his time, giving Lynn a chance to regroup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Machado Davis with the leads on another one.
Yeah, well, he's
Lynn
looking
is toast.
Yeah. Well, you lose your command, you lose your command. I mean, like we said, he's a good old-fashioned guy playing hardball, and that ball well. So Garver having a night behind the plate.
So Jonathan would love to get on, load these bases up, if not get a base hit and drive one in. With the Orioles down 6-1. He'll be looking for one here in the 2-2. Lynn had him 2 strikes. And that's going to be outside.
Yeah, target inside and missed by 2 feet, low and away. Gary, when you get tired, what happens, I think there's a tendency, especially in the modern day age, when you don't really throw that many pitches, you try to use your body, and then your arm drags even more. You really like to slow everything down and speed up the arm. Well, you know, Pedro Martinez, some of those guys are just masters of being able to do that.
3-2 delivery, and we'll do it again. So Jonathan Scope fighting it off. Lynn just struggling here to get an out. Bullpen, because of the length of this at bat, will be ready to go if they want to make the change, as he's had plenty of time to warm up. But first, Jonathan get himself a big hit. Trumbo and Davis getting their leads. 3-2 second time, and we'll do that again.
Yeah, there's no quick fix. You can almost see the body language of Lance Lynn. I mean 95, but the 3rd time through the order, and again his numbers have been pretty good. It's only right 250. It's actually, it comes down the 3rd time, but that may not be the case tonight.
Scope hopes not. 3rd time on a 3-2. Outfield shaded to right. Jonathan. That is pitch number 9, so it'll be at least 10 on this at bat.
Yeah, the irony is he came into the inning 6-0, and that's what we were talking about. And you know, normally a lot of times that number will escalate, and that's why you go to the bullpen. But he doesn't want to do what he did to Manny Machado, which is another walk.
He's given up 2. One has already scored, Manny, in this inning. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Long battle. Pitch number 10. Ground ball is going to go to short. Polanco. Dozier. They get the double play. Over to third base goes Trumbo.
No, I'm sure Paul Molitor managing this club saying, oh, we like that. 2 outs on 1 pitch, 2 seamer. Tailor made as long as Polanco catches it, which he does, and then Dozier Gold Glover last year, easy double play.
So a big battle won by Lynn. 10 pitch at bat. Trumbo at third. Now there are 2 down. And here is Trey Mancini. Trey's drawn a walk and he is grounded out, so Lynn will get a chance to finish up here in inning number 6. Mancini will take the pitch down low. Trey has had a couple of hits, 4 at bats against Lynn, including a home run. The Orioles have had a couple of innings. The 4th inning, they loaded them up, but there were 2 away. They did not score a run, and then in this one, first 3 on, they've scored only 1 so far. 1-0 pitch, strike on the outside corner. The Trey, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Lynn's pitch chopped to third. Big hop. Escobar. And Lynn got out of it. So the Orioles will get only 1. Couple of hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. 6-1 Twins. his arrival to the big league roster April 17, Max Muncy has become indispensable to the Dodgers in their rebuilt season in which they are contending. Muncy, you see the numbers, 64 games. Look at the RBIs and home runs. That from the LA Times. And the bullpen currently constituted, not up to it, which is why the Braves will add at least one reliever and more like multiple relievers before the trade deadline, according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Their bullpen 4.23 is 11th in the National League in ERA. Battles on in the divisions heading up to the All-Star break. Here's Max Kepler. He will take the pitch for a strike. Kepler, the big home run, 4th inning. Number 9, 2 RBIs. Polanco had got on ahead of him with a base hit. Kepler's also flied to center. And a shattered bat. Beckham is there. And Kepler is retired. One away, bottom of the 6th. The Orioles are proud to join Johns Hopkins, University of Maryland, other corporate leaders supporting Baltimore City's Youth Works program, seeking up to 12,000 Baltimore City youth in summer employment jobs. To donate, visit BaltimoreCityFoundations.org and choose Mayor's Office of Employment Development Youth Works. To learn more, you can go to youthworks.oedworks.com. Mike Wright Jr. in the pen. Here is Cave. And he will take the pitch for a strike. Play of the game, you can argue, was the first pitch of the ball game when he took a home run away from Beckham. Could have changed, might have, never know. And that is going to be in there for a strike.
Yeah, you look at some of the numbers that Jay Cave was able to do. I mean, collectively, they're terrific. But 19-game hitting streak, and get all the triples and the home runs, 20 of them.
Swinging it one down and away.
But now, welcome to the big leagues, and Fry, who's had great command. We talked about Donnie Hart, who's done a good job from time to time, so he can get lefties out. But the righties this year against Donnie were 6 for 12. So again, I mean, your job, you can hang around the big leagues a long time if you can get left-handed hitters out.
Real nice job. Paul Fry, 4 strikeouts. He is out of there. Twins lead it 6-1. And by Royal Farms. Pick up your Rofo Rewards card today at any Royal Farms to save on gas and to start earning points for free stuff. Details in store. Barry Thorne, Jim Palmer with you here. Minneapolis, the site, beautiful night. Do the floss, baby, do the floss. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, if Dick Clark were only alive, you would be a winner.
Well, Dick would be happy about that. Mike Wright Jr. comes on. As of late, everything, all the numbers getting better. Velocity's gone up, command's gone up. It's not an easy position to pitch in, but it is your position and your job. Come in, get some outs. Offense has been tough, but you never ever know.
Mitch Garver, the catcher, hitting ninth. 2 down, nobody on. And the pitch is in there for a strike. For Wright Jr., he had a no decision last outing, Seattle. That was some time ago. He has not pitched since the 27th. No run, 1 hit, 2 1/3 in that ball game against Seattle. And that will miss inside. He has never pitched against the Minnesota Twins prior to tonight. We are in the 6th inning, and the Twins jumped out with 3 in the first, added 3 more in the 4th inning. Driving Bundy out, 6 runs, 5 earned, 9 hits, 3 1/3 innings. Paul Fry with the outstanding work out of the bullpen. RBIs spread out. Dozier's got 1, Polanco's got 1, Kepler's got the 2-run homer, 1 scored on an error. Mauer's got an RBI base hit. And that's going to go to Manny. Knocked it down, but no play. Infield hit for Garver. He's got a couple of hits and a walk.
Yeah, Bobby Wilson last night behind the plate. Now Jason Castro, their 3-year deal over $24 million. And his back in May, his knee. If you look at Manny trying to catch it, I don't think he would have, even if he does, throw him out. But Castro's season over because of reconstructing the right knee. And Garver gets a chance to play, and Bobby Wilson gets brought up.
Castro is hitting only 143 when he was injured. Here is Mauer, 10 hits on the board now. Mauer will take the pitch for a strike. They've been using Bobby Wilson because of his defensive abilities, even though he was 1 for 37 coming into the series, but with a couple of day games coming and with Garver's bat available, Paul Molitor deciding to put the offense in that 9 spot, and it's paid off. Mauer will take the delivery down low. A couple of hits, has hit into a double play. He scored a run and has picked up an RBI. One of those quiet nights for Joe Mauer. Sometimes you just pass by. They happen so quickly, and they're not long balls, no 3-run homers. They're just runs scored and runs driven in. Runner off first, short lead. And Mauer will go to second. Scope charging. Flip and records the out. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 6 complete here in Mini. Tying an American League record. Boog knocked in 11 runs in a doubleheader. Game 1, 2-run homer, including the grand slam, 2 doubles, sac fly to drive in 7 runs. 11-0 win over KC. Game 2, he added 4 more RBIs, tying the mark. Floyd Frick inaugurated in 1956 on this date the Cy Young Award, honoring the outstanding pitcher each year. Baseball writers doing the voting. Only one pitcher was honored until 1967, when it was decided to have a pitcher selected in each league. 56 when Cy Young started.
And I had a chance as we look at Lance Lynn. He's going to leave with a 5-run lead, pitches well, gets out of trouble in the 4th, and then again in the 6th. And now Ryan Presley, fastball, curveball. He can throw in the mid-90s. See, there are the numbers. It really doesn't matter. I mean, fly ball guy. Lefty's low number at 212.
Joey Rickert will lead it off against him, and Rickert will take the pitch for a strike.
Yeah, I had a chance when the Orioles played the Dodgers to sit with Don Newcomb, who won the first Cy Young Award. He won 27 games for the Dodgers. That'll do it. One of the boys of summer.
What a wonderful man.
Yeah, 90 years old, and sitting in the Dodger Stadium in the first row. And I mean,
he
he
come
looks
visit
great.
our
Yeah,
he'd come visit our booth when we did the when I was doing Mets games. He'd come up. He and Campy would come up and sit in our radio booth. You don't think that was a treat? Play is made by Dozier. The out recorded. Rickert one away, 7th inning.
yeah. If you ever like baseball books, I mean, Roger Kahn's book. And there are a lot of good books about the Dodgers. The last good year, I think, was the last year in Brooklyn. But the Boys of Summer by Roger Kahn, and then the era, which was the 47-57 era between with the Yankees and the Dodgers, and the Giants. With Snyder for the Dodgers and Mantle and LeMaggio at the end of his career, and Willie Mays. Yeah, great reads.
Great reads. Doris Kern Goodwin's Wait Till Next Year. Another great book about growing up a Dodger fan. That'll be a base hit into right field. Kepler will get it back in. Caleb's been hitting the ball. Caleb is on. He is 2 for 3 in the ballgame.
Well, he's only played, before last night, 1 of the last 7. So again, fastball down the middle, stay inside it. Don't try to do too much. You're not playing a lot. You want to play more, get some hits. That's 2 tonight.
So the Orioles get a runner on with 1 away. Top of the order, Beckham. Tim has gone 0 for 3. And his 7-game hit streak ended with the 0 for 4 last night. Beckham will chase the breaking ball. Caleb will stay at first.
Yeah, it's probably a ball he could have advanced on, but down by 5 runs, he kind of slapped his leg. And again, got a good lead, good secondary lead, but didn't want to get thrown out. Carver's done such a great job of blocking the ball.
He has. Again, the Orioles all singles, 7 hits. Beckham will take the pitch. It will just miss. Presley wanted that one to be called and didn't get it.
Yeah, in the old days, you could just ask the umpire, was it low, and they wouldn't get annoyed. Maybe not so much anymore. They don't like that.
No.
Well, you just want to know. Okay, did you call it low? That one was right down the middle, so he had to have called it low.
1-1 delivery on the way. That's going to be a base hit into center field. Caleb will make a turn stop at second base. Cave will get it back in, and the Orioles get 2 on with 1 down here in the 7th inning.
Well, we saw it last night. The add-on runs are, and the Twins were able to do it. So you only get so many outs. They need to get 27 outs before this game over. Just a cement mixer breaking ball that he hits up on the pretty much like the trademark, but dumps it into center field.
So Adam Jones will get the RBI opportunity off Presley. Presley worked against the Orioles 1 game this year. No runs, 1 hit, 2 innings worked. Adam will take a pitch down low for a ball, forcing him to throw strikes. 6-10-0 for the Twins, 1-8-1 for the Orioles. First and second, 1 out. Jones off the catcher. Adam is 1 for 7 off this right-hander. Orioles trying to mount an inning, get more than one. They're 1 for 4 tonight, runners in scoring position. That's going to catch the inside corner. Adam backed away, ball came back in and caught it. 1-2. Adam, one of the leaders, he and Manny led the ball club in hits virtually all season long. Adam will take the pitch and then scrape the plate.
It's a pretty good take. You know, swung at a ball early on. Lynn got him to swing at a curveball, but that ball just a shade low. See, just around what, the shins, below the knees.
Joseph, Beckham, the base runners. 2-2 delivery on the way. Ground ball to first base. Backhanded Morrison. Throws it wild, hit the runner. Everybody's safe. Joseph's going to come home. Good heads up base running. Caleb Joseph, once that ball hit on the backside of Beckham, he took off, and the Orioles get a run in and make it 6-2.
Yeah, Logan Morrison, I mean, he's hanging his head because he thought it was the right play. You know, I mean, a nice defensive hack, but again, you don't have an angle. Where are you throwing it? So you're looking for outs with a 6-1 lead, which is now going to become 6-2, because Caleb just hesitates and then scores that second run. But that's an extra out for the Orioles. Easy play at first, difficult play at second. It's a big break to get you back in the game with Manny Machado coming up.
And you edge ever closer to getting the potential tying run to the plate.
The ability to put the ball in play. A nice defensive hack by Adam Jones.
So Manny with a base hit, a walk, and he's grounded out. He has also scored a run. Still only one away, first and second. Presley struggling here to get outs, and the pitch will be taken inside for a ball.
Yeah, you can see he's not a command guy. He's always, and I mean always, had a good arm. But I just, again, you watch Garver's glove and see if the ball ends up anywhere close.
Machado 1 for 5 off him. 1-0. And Manny trying to give himself a 3 RBI birthday present right there.
Yeah, but not on that slider.
Nope.
There are the glowing numbers with runners in scoring position, 359.
Manny 5th in the league in that department. 1 ball, 1 strike. Delivery it hard and under the glove into left field. Beckham will make the turn. They're going to make a throw to the plate by Rosario. It's there, and he is out. Rosario and a hard hit ball brings it home, and Beckham, trying to score from second base, is thrown out.
Wow, very ill-advised. I mean, if he scores at 6-3, Rosario, well, look at this play. Charges it perfectly on the money. Garver with a great grab, little snow cone. Very rarely do you see Bobby Dickerson make a bad decision. And again, of course, they have to execute, and they do.
Garver gave him the lane and got the out. Boy, there is a big play.
Well, that was not a. I mean, it seemed like it was typical, and of course, Eddie's all happy because he played it exactly the way you want to. But his catcher saved him. That was not a routine tag play at home.
So Presley a little talk to there as he's getting whacked around here again, all singles. Rosario with a great throw. That was right on the money. Jones moves up to third base, but now there are 2 down. First and third, 2 away. Mark Trumbo coming up. Remains 6-2. Trumbo has had a couple of singles and he is grounded out. We are in the 7th inning. The Orioles trying desperately to get back into this thing. Picking up a couple of late runs. Trumbo will take it up high.
Well, take a look, and again, Bobby Dickerson. It's almost, I mean, it doesn't really give him much of a call, and I think Tim Beckham, I don't know if he had his hands up, but he keeps running. Again, you got to run to the scoreboard. That was not a good decision.
Ball in the air to right. Kepler. And he's got it for the out. So the Orioles will get only 1 run and a couple of hits, an error, and 2 left on. 7th stretch time. The Twins are on top. Dearly beloved ambassador for the Twins passed away after the baseball season last year. Peg Imhoff greeted us all here at the media center. She had a big desk out front and loved her dearly. She was just one of those people who made you smile. Always a smile, always a kind comment, always a story. And I came in here for the ball game last night and didn't know she had passed away, and I was shocked. I mean, I really, truly, that was somebody. Till she's gone, I didn't know how much I missed her.
Yeah, she was like your best friend when you walked in.
Yeah, she was here for, I don't know, 40 years. She was at Metropolitan, she was at the Dome here, and she was here in this ballpark. And just a wonderful lady, and we miss her a lot. 1 ball, 1 strike count. That ball is going to be a base hit into center field off right junior. Rosario is on. Leadoff single here in the 7th. Enhance your next game day experience with the MLB Ballpark app. Access and manage your tickets, enjoy check-in offers, exclusive content, and much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Lyle in the bullpen as they have used just Presley out of the pen, with Lynn going 6.
Yeah, I'm not sure they're real happy the way Presley scattered the ball. He got lucked out because Rosario bailed him out on a great throw.
Pitch is in there for a strike. Dozier singled in that first inning. He would come around to score in that inning with a 1 for 3 in the ball game. Short lead at first. 11 hits now for the Twins. By the way, in that last inning for the Orioles on Adam Jones, it was a fielder's choice error on Morrison hitting the batter in the back, and they do give Adam an RBI on that play. Yeah, I said the same thing. But that was the official scorer's ruling. And then Beckham got thrown out at the plate. 0-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be outside. Adam now with 34 runs batted in on the season.
Yeah, I really didn't see much of emotion from Bobby Dickerson, the third base coach, but Beckham got such a good jump. He may have thought he could make it, but he didn't. And then Trumbo flies out. That would have been a sacrifice fly because that would have only been the second out.
Yeah. Off the end of the bat, foul. Yeah, we looked back during the commercial break to see if we could see, but there weren't any hand indications by Bobby at third base, and either to go or stop.
And you could see him because and he is a terrific third base coach. He's down the line trying to see, okay, how hard's the ball is hit. Did Rosario, who did a great job of charging it, and they have the scouting reports on arm strength.
Yeah.
And he's not known for throwing people out, but he looked like he was a Gold Glover.
Maybe the best throw he ever made. It was an outstanding throw. 2-ball, 2-strike count, nobody out. Rosario is the base runner, and Dozier trying to put a run or two back up here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Mike Wright Jr. long hold, and Dozier going after one inside, swing and a miss.
Yeah. And the reason Mike Wright has been pitching well, hasn't given up a run in his last 7 1/3 innings, is right here. A little cutter away, and then all of a sudden we've had more velocity. And good movement. I mean, 95 starts in the middle of the plate. You can see Dozier. He fouled the ball off his foot yesterday, so it still looks like he's maybe favoring that front foot.
Sure did on that swing. So 1 away. Escobar looking for a base hit here in this ball game. Shift on against him, and the 94 pitch will move him off the plate inside. Couple of ground ball outs for him here in the ball game. 1-0 count, and the Orioles 9 hits, still all singles. 1-0 pitch. $27,570-27570. The announced attendance on this Friday summer night here in Minneapolis. Fireworks will be going after the ball game. One. Infield shifted, double play depth. That was tempting, but he stays away.
Yeah, good moving fastball, and of course Escobar leads the American League with doubles, 34 of them. But Rosario, not much of a lead at first.
No. And he's got pretty good speed.
Yeah.
Not that he'd steal, but not a big jump. That would be foul back and out of play.
So take a look right here. I mean, you're down 6-2. So here's the charge. Right now, I mean, boy, you're in trouble. And then you're even in worse trouble when look at this throw and look at the tag and catch by Mitch Garver. It's almost like, I don't know if Bobby Dickerson had put his hands up. I don't think Beckham would have seen it. He was hell bent to try to score.
2-2 delivery on the way. In the air, center. Jones. Look out. Catch is made by Mancini. He'll get it back in as he and Jones nudge each other going by.
Yeah, the ball slices off the left-handed bat, and it's going away from Adam. I got it. Oh. And he sees him. Very lucky, no collision.
And lucky Mancini went after him. So danger avoided right here. And there are 2 down. Rosario remains on at first base. That'll bring up Logan Morrison. Strikeout, popped out, and then struck out again. Morrison will take it up high for a ball. All the talk about Manny. Adam gets somewhat overlooked. He too is a free agent. Will he be moved? Will the ball club somewhere pick him up? Nobody knows for sure, but he's putting up hits. on the board this year, second only to Manning on the ball club, and at times has been ahead of Manning. 1-0 delivery, strike on the inside corner that causes Morrison great pain. Wright will take it. Morrison has both DH and started at first base. Mauer's played a lot in the field this year for him. Now he's back DHing. 1-1 delivery on the way, and heat up. Got him.
Yeah,
Good
2 months
cut.
ago, yeah, I mean, that wouldn't have been 94. I mean, what a difference. You know, more balance. You can see Mike Wright is just windups better. Velocities come up. The cutter is much sharper. I've seen him throw good change-ups. Again, that it's not only do you put the shift on, it's your second baseman's playing midway in right field because of the arm strength of Jonathan Scope.
And that'll be up and away. So Wright trying to get the off-speed delivery somewhere close, couldn't do it, and a 2-ball 2-strike count on Morrison.
Oh, you've talked about the fact he hadn't really been pitching a lot lately. So again, comes out of your windup and can't let that bother you. You just have to go, okay, what did I do? And do I need to stay back a little bit more, which he's done a great job, and then my lines are better to home plate.
2 down, runner off first. 2-2 delivery, high heat, got him. So Wright gets a strikeout. That's his second, 2 in the inning. No runs a hit, 1 left on. Twins on top 6-2. Osmond on the mound against Kyle Gibson. Our coverage on Masson 2 begins at 1:30 with those extra, presented by Ford. Game coverage will be at 2. All the access you need right here on Masson. So the Twins 6-2. Scott Coolbar, the Orioles hitting coach, talking to Trey Mancini. Made the last at bat, grounded out. Going to get another shot. And Belial pitching.
Yep. Well, last year with the Twins, when Kinsler was traded to the Nats, he became their closer. Had 9 saves. Started the year with Cleveland. Came over here. Has not pitched well for him this year. And then against the Orioles, 11 earned runs in 9 innings pitched. So he comes in. The numbers high across the board. 4-run lead.
Presley gave up a run on 3 hits in the inning that he worked. Did not walk anybody, did not strike out anybody.
Yeah, Belial not a hard thrower. Tops out at 90, 91, and curveball and change up to go with it. There is the 90.
Davis, an RBI base hit, his last time up. Chris is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Davis has started the month of July, 3 hits in 19 at bats. On this, the 6th of July. And the pitch will be taken inside. Michael Givens up for the Orioles. 2 ball, 1 strikeout. We're in the 8th inning. Orioles 6 outs to work with. Pitch taken up. Orioles have left 8. Twins have left 5. Showalter's Ball Club has lost 3 in a row. On the road, the record continues to decrease. 12-32 into the shift. Saw Morrison make a decision. I don't need to go there. Gets back to the bag in time. And Escobar had moved over there from third base. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Downtown Minneapolis. Jonathan Scope. Belial's delivered to him. Ground ball again into the shift. Dozier will make the play. Boy, there wasn't much on that throw, and it just got there in time.
Yeah, he's laughing about it because it did get there in time. Yeah, way up the middle, little cutter that he just floats it over there, and Jonathan runs hard. That's why it's pretty close.
Closer than it should have been.
Well, how bad do you look?
If,
I mean, yeah, how bad do you look if the throw's just a little bit offline and Morrison has to come off the bag? They're looking for outs, and the Orioles are looking for runners.
So Trey Mancini will go after the first pitch from Belial.
Yeah, this is a guy that's not going to throw it by you. The radar gun shows you that, and if you try to stay around it, and that's what that swing was, instead of back up the middle, right center field, you're going to hit ground balls all the time. And he's a veteran guy, 38 years old. I mean, he started with the Reds all the way back in 2003.
Belial has not pitched against the Orioles prior to today. Hit hard and foul. So Mancini out there. Nice play. Ball person down the line comes up with that one.
Tips her hat, if she should.
Very nice. Very confident. 1-2. University of Minnesota softball team will be taking a look at that. 1-2 delivery down to third. Escobar's throw is in time. And the Orioles continue to search for runs, and some weak outs in this one. 6-2. On 2 runs in the ball game.
Well, they certainly had their chances, and of course Michael Givens, you can see the numbers inflated coming off a brief 3-walk 4-run appearance against the Angels. So again, the strikeouts, the ability to strike anybody out at any time. Fly ball pitcher this year. And a home run certainly hasn't hurt him. Walks giving him a problem.
Polanco will lead it off against him. Givens also has not worked for a while. He last worked on the 30th of June. That was against the Angels. Took a loss, third of an inning, 3 runs on 1 hit and 2 walks.
Well, we saw the 0-6 record, 0-5 in the month of June. Just had one of those months you want to forget about. And
most losses among major league relievers, the 6 for Givens.
Last year not much of a struggle against lefties. This year they're a little under 300.
0-1 delivery on the way, and that'll be off the end of the bat. Manny Machado, who'd moved over, will go the other way and get it. Let's take a look at our 4th drive of the game.
Well, again, early lead, and this will add 2 runs to the 3 runs they scored in the first. I mean, at what, 424 feet upper deck. Dylan Bundy certainly not happy. Command problems. As we told you, I mean, Kepler just wears out the Orioles. Came in at over 400.
Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. Kepler with that 1 for 3 in the ball game.
Yeah, it's amazing when you're struggling, and hitting instructors will tell you, their manager will tell you, who's in the Hall of Fame because of his hitting prowess. A lot easier when you swing at strikes and not balls, and you work the count in your favor, because it was 3-1, and he got a fastball, and he's a good fastball hitter. As their closer, Rodney, last night.
So on the season now for Kepler, he's gone 6 for 17 against the Orioles, 2 home runs and 4 RBIs in this, the 5th game that these teams have played. Kepler coming in with just 3 career home runs against the Orioles. And he'll pop that one up against the shift. Long run. Beckham over. Wouldn't matter. It's going to be in the seats.
You got Michael Gibbons, inverted infielder, who's over there to help.
Stands back in with the 1-ball 2-strike count. Cave waiting on deck. And a chopper that hit him in the batter's box.
Yeah, Michael, I mean, he's come in a lot of clutch situation. He leads the club with Castro right behind him, and Brock with 37 runners in scoring position when he's come in. Only 25 have scored, so he's done a nice job. Brock with 35 of those.
Another one hack foul to keep the at-bat alive. Got a lot of extended at-bats in this ball game. Toronto beat the Yankees 6-2 in the ball game tonight. Biagini got the win in relief, 1-5. Boy, a lot of base runners. Toronto went 6 for 14 with runners in scoring position. Sonny Gray lasted 2 innings. 5 runs, 6 hits in 2 innings, and took the loss.
Oh, something to write about for the New York Red Sox.
Yeah. Especially with the Red Sox winning again tonight. They're 9-4 over Kansas City in the 9th inning. 2-2 delivery on the way. Fly ball right field. Joey Rickert will settle under and put it away.
Well, some guys, I mean, Sonny Gray didn't really pitch that well last year for the Yankees. He struggled this year. I mean, I watched him the other night. He couldn't, he wouldn't, and he couldn't throw 3 fastballs low and away to save his life. And I know the Yankees, you know, they believe in throwing more breaking balls. And, you know, Larry Rothschild, a terrific guy, but some guys just, they don't know what they do best most often. And I think he's gotten away from that. Plus, it's New York. You're in a pennant race. A little different than Oakland.
Cave will take the pitch. Solid night for Cave, obviously. Reached on a single, scored in the 4th inning. Made the catch on Beckham. and fouls that one back into the screen.
Well, the amazing thing about last night, not only the great catch on the potential double by Chris Davis, is how far he hit the ball to left center field, for a couple of doubles. I mean, he just flicked them off the bottom of the wall about 380 feet. So,
and he'll chop it foul. So Cave keeping the at bat alive here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Orioles down by a score of 6-2. They trailed 6-0 going into the 5th inning. Got a run in the 6th and a run in the 7th, and that has been it. Ground ball that'll go to Scope. Jonathan up. Over to Davis for the outside, retired in order. The Orioles 3 outs to work with as we go to the 9th inning. Twins trying to take the first 2 of this series. West. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Gary Thorne and Jim Palmer with you here. Beautiful night. Minneapolis, a 6-2 lead. The Orioles scored only 2 last night. They had 5 hits. They got 9 hits tonight, but they're all singles.
Yeah, so Fernando Rodney comes in, the veteran. Let's see, he started the season at what? So he's 41 years old, and he's got over 318 lifetime saves. Fastball, pretty much changeup guy. We saw 94 last night with good changeups. Again, look at the lefties. That changeup really takes the bat out of their hands. Only 149.
Rodney got the save, number 18 last night. This is not a save situation.
They need to get him a golf cart, though. I mean, coming in from center, you're hoping, or that, or what the San Diego Chicken, they used to bring him in on the bear like they used to do back in the Roman days.
Yes.
Yeah, carry him in. He'd come in, leap off. I didn't think he was going to make it.
He does have a quiet stroll.
Stroll. You're being kind. But he can pitch.
Well,
That's
you're
all
worried
they
that the
care about.
fireworks
Yeah.
are going to start. People would think the game was over because there was nobody out there pitching. So Rodney delivers. It is in there for a strike. Rickert, Joseph, Beckham are due up for the Orioles. Lynn's got a chance to be the winner, the starter. A run on 6 hits over 6 innings. He'll be 6 and 7. Dylan Bundy lasted only 3 1/3, 6 runs, 5 earned, 9 hits. He had 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Bundy's going to drop to 6 and 8. Dylan will be 0 and 3 lifetime against the Twins. And it'll be popped up and out of play. Rodney against the Orioles, a 4 and 3 record. He's 20 out of 24 in saves. A lot of games pitched and a lot of innings. 47 innings against the Orioles. They've only hit 187 off him lifetime.
Oh, one of their acquisitions, along with Odorizzi and Morrison and Addison Reed. And again, on paper, all the right moves to add to 85 wins. which I suppose if they have a great second half, they could get close to, but they're going to have to turn it on, and that's why when the Orioles aren't playing well and they come into your town for 4 games, it's an opportunity.
Yankees will be coming to town. Camden Yards. That will be 4 games in 3 days. Don't forget, Monday is a single admission doubleheader. First game starts at 4, the second about a half hour after. 1 ticket, 2 games.
Now let the tentative 4:05 and then tentative 7:05.
And over the top will get him.
Yeah, in the back of your mind, if you're Joey Rickard, you know how good the changeup is. And so he used to throw close to 100. This is 92, but good movement. Nice little 2-seamer. You think it's going to stay up, and a little bit like Lance Lynn, the way he started the game. Movement in and out.
Orioles bullpen, good job tonight. With only 3 1/3 for Bundy, they came on. Fry 2 1/3, 4 strikeouts. Wright inning and a third, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. And Givens working an inning and retiring the side in order.
Well, how about Caleb if he gets another hit? I mean, a chance to get have a 3-hit night.
2 singles and a strikeout. Down to third, just missed.
Pretty good swing, short to the ball.
So Caleb with an 0-2 count. Fernando Rodney delivers and not quite.
Yep. Put on the brakes on that 82-mile-per-hour changeup.
Thought he had that one.
Yep.
Twins in July will be 2 and 4. Orioles will drop to 1 and 4. And Caleb takes that one away.
Yeah,
so Rodney takes a 2-2.
Yeah, the Twins, their best month last year to get back into that wild card race was in August. They went 20 and 10. Orioles were going 17 and 10 and 500 ball. They're going to need a couple of those months the second half.
And it is a base hit. So Caleb takes it the other way, and Caleb Joseph, a 3-for-4 ball game.
Well, they got pinch hit for last night. I don't think he liked that. So right here, they leave him in the game, and he gets 3 hits.
Good job by Caleb.
Yeah.
A couple of those going that same way, going the other way. Caleb gets his 3rd multi-hit game and his first 3-hit ball game of the year. Here is Tim Beckham. Base hit, 1-for-4. He's going to get a base hit. So Rodney gives up a couple. First and second, 1 down.
Well, you know what they sometimes say about closers, and about Kimbrel, they don't pitch quite as well up in Boston when they don't have a save situation. But he's still hunting for 2 more outs, and Orioles are hunting for more base runners and runs.
So the Orioles get a couple on. They have 11 hits. Both teams 11 hits in the ball game. Orioles so far have left 8. The Twins have left 5.
Well, let's see if Escobar goes back to where he was playing last time, because Adam Jones is smart enough to drop a bunt down. He's going to play a couple steps behind third. He was way back about a step from the outfield grass.
And the pitch will be taken down low. Adam, fielder's choice, RBI in the 7th inning. Officially 0-for-4 at the plate. 2 on. Orioles trying to make it a rally here in the 9th inning. Manny Machado get another at bat here. Hit him. Down he goes. right on the toe. So the catcher and the umpire will both meander around to give Adam a chance to get feeling back in that foot. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count. And the Orioles get one more on here. They get the potential tying run to the plate.
Yeah, you get Machado at the plate.
Rodney, fly ball, center, very deep, Cave. Shortstop out. Blanco will make the catch.
I talk about base runners. I mean, they're looking to see where outfielders are playing, so do infielders. Who's hitting, how deep they are. Pretty routine play, especially when you know it's your ball.
Nobody else close.
Nope.
So 2 down in the 9th. And as would be appropriate on his birthday, Manny Machado stands in 2 on. 27,500 plus on their feet. Rodney's pitch foul back into the screen.
A very hittable changeup. Didn't get fooled on that pitch.
2 singles in the ball game for Manny. His 30th multi-hit game. He's had 24 2-hit ball games. Same result, 2 strikes.
Yeah, from 82 to 96. At age 41.
Manny 1 for 4 lifetime off Rodney. Popped him up. Right side. Morrison. That's the ball game. So the Orioles here in the 9th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. 1 left on base. A 6-2 victory for the Twins. Lynn 6-7 the winner. Bundy takes a loss. He is 6-8. Twins have won the first 2 of the series. Orioles now in a 4-game losing streak.